alrighty. We are live. If you can see us, if you can hear us, comment below what branch of service that you served, the years that you served. Star-studded cast. I got Brian. We have Amy. It is
Hey,
Friday Night Live. What up, y'all?
what's up,
What's
DP?
up?
Amy?
We got some
Hi,
comments
guys.
already. Hiram already said, "Hey, that's me in the picture. You guys saw me front and center." Bill has commented and said, "Great picks." This is reflections of you. If you're watching us on YouTube, the link we'll put in the comments as well. We are basically making it to where before we go live, we're rolling a reflections of you. The concept being our community, right? If this is community, right? These are your pictures. This is us. And we're going to be doing episodes. So what you saw was episode 1. We're going to have more episodes coming. So if you're interested in having your picture entered into the reflections of you, we'll put the link below, but if you go to the YouTube channel, again, we'll link it here where you see this. You'll see the Reflections of You episode 1. In there, you'll see a link that you can enter, submit your picture, and when we roll out episode 2, we'll use that as part of the intro. But the Reflections of You itself is 2 minutes long, and you can share it with whoever you want, share it to your families. And I think it's just nice to be able to have something done nice with pictures that you can send to your grandkids, or you can send to someone, or even to someone who may have served and passed away, and you want to just do something nice to honor their memory. This is what it's about. It's about us building community. It's about us doing something uniquely new. So that's what Reflections of You is. Thank you, Bill, for the comment. So that's for sure what that's about. Rachel, we sent out your stuff, so they take that as a note. If you can make a note of that, Amy. Rachel, we had her swag that went out. I don't think she got it, so we'll square you
Okay.
away. Hiram is in the comments. What's going on, my brother? Little Rock says, yo,
Yo,
howdy from Colorado Springs. We got Lisa.
Razorbacks.
Yeah, hello.
Must be Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening. Hey, Manuel. Good seeing you again, brother. U.S. Army, Ohio, retired. Thank you for your service. And thank you for being here with us today.
Awesome.
We are broadcasting to YouTube. We are in Facebook, all over the place in different spots. So again, wherever you're seeing this, you'll see the link posted where you can go ahead and enter. So you'll see on the VACI Champion page that same thing with the YouTube channel. So that'll be in the comments, and you'll see it. If you're on YouTube, the link is there as well, for you to be able to see that. So we have some fun stuff in store today, kind of switching it up a little bit. So there's a lot of things that people have been asking for, a lot of stuff that people want. So we're going to get into that. But before anything else, keep dropping below, again, the branch of service. If you're live with us, even if you're watching this on the replay, comment below because we're going to literally be having this conversation with all of you. But how are y'all doing?
Been doing good. It's been a full day, but hey, it's Friday, so time to celebrate.
Literally. And I'll tell you what, when it comes down to that, that's Brian's cue.
I'm feeling the beat.
Sunny day in
Go,
Southern
Brian.
California. It's where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you.
You know, it's gonna be my theme music every time I walk down the street now.
Literally. For those that don't know, Brian Lofton, Army disabled veteran. He has a great left shoulder. His right shoulder, not so much. So when you see it, there's only one shoulder that moves to the beat. Please do not judge his other shoulder. But this is definitely Brian's beat, just for the record.
Oh, I can't even control it. It's got a mind of its own.
And if you think about it, the biggest thing is it's also literally the words. Like, look, it's a long week. It's been crazy. You've been grinding. You've been doing amazing things. Take a break. Take a load off, and just, take a second.
Come and see what you've been missing on a little slice of heaven. It's the only place we're living. We're living. It's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime for you. Carefree attitude. Who cares what the people think?
Hiram said, medic.
to euphoria.
We need a medic.
Don't worry about it, don't worry about a thing, a thing. I'm too excited. Dark liquor with the palm trees. It's all or nothing. Ooh, it's all or nothing. Ignore the signs and socialize.
Why Hiram's in here, we should have him post his joke.
Yeah, now that we
Yeah.
definitely have to get to that. So there's an amazing joke that Hiram has, which I think is priceless. So we're definitely gonna have him actually post it this time. But before we do all that, we have a special guest here. I don't know if you guys are ready for it. I need to. Our special guest. It's Big Brian. It's Baby Brian. When he had a good shoulder. But if you notice, he still had that other shoulder not working too much.
I was just kind of leaned to one side.
And it's on rhythm and on beat. That's the best part of all of this. It's Baby Brian.
Hey, man. I may have limited movement, but at least I got the beat.
Exactly. Like talk. You know, I might be limited in movement, but at least I'm on beat. That is Baby Brian. He pops up from time to time, so we like to let him do his thing, so he doesn't feel left out. Back an homage, if you will, to times when we were a little more nimble, even though technically it's the same shoulder movement that's happening. So I don't know. That was the best thing that we got.
But see, I had more range of motion then.
Literally. Hiram is saying, somebody please call a medic. If there's a medic out there, we may need one after these sessions. Sometimes you just need a little more support and help. So there's that. Hey, Bill. Glad that you're here. 100% PNT scheduler. That's that shoulder move. Brian's going to definitely be. But congrats and glad
That's
that
right.
you're here, my friend. Awesome. So yeah, definitely keep comment below. Again, branch of service. Appreciate you guys being here. David Frazier's in the house from Tucson, Arizona, retired Air Force. My brother. How are you? Man, it's good seeing you guys and kind of having a little moment to breathe a little bit. So that is awesome. Hiram in the
Absolutely.
house, old school
Hiram.
picture.
Yes.
Time to let the air down.
Exactly. And again, you're seeing these links posted wherever you're seeing us in the comments, so you can submit your pictures for the reflection of your document. Oh, we got Jay in the house. Please remind me. There's something Amy's going to ask about that Jay gave her to ask.
Yes.
And I have a story to follow from last week when I talked about leaving Jay stranded at a checkout line when his card got declined overseas. Apparently, that's not the first time that has happened. So I think Anthony's out there as well watching this, but it's going to be quite interesting to see that apparently some habits don't die. Man, it has been a crazy week. We've been busy.
Yes. Very busy.
Lots
Yeah.
of activity.
TGIF indeed.
Yes.
Let's see here. Some gems from the crowd here for sure. Request your C file and see what the VA is hiding from you. There's power in knowing what's in your files. Definitely. Thank you for that. It makes perfect sense. And again, that's it's just good practice. I'm literally now making a point to favorite these. So at the end, for those that have seen the show before, we kind of do a mashup of all the comments towards the end. So now I'm literally just pinning certain comments so we can bring them back as far as the service, those that have put down their service, when they served, and so forth. So that's a new little feature that we have. So we have some stories. We have a wrap up to talk about what's happened. So a lot has happened. So we have a great show tomorrow rolling out for Sound Off. We've been talking to some amazing people. There's a lot of stuff that we've been doing, and we want to share a little bit of that, just a little bit, so you kind of get little appetite wet. But Amy, talk to us a little bit. Before we go to Amy, Brian, over under, how long is it gonna take? How many minutes? There it is. There it is.
I almost thought off the zero.
It matches my shirt today. I color coordinated
Oh,
it.
it was coordinated.
Yes.
Oh, there. So
What's
there.
up,
So
DP and Brian?
Lisa is up in there, in the comment section supporting. So I am not multitasking. I am literally, the team is in the support section. What's up, Brian? How are you tonight? We're better now that we're here with
What's
y'all.
up?
So
Yeah.
thank you for your service.
Yes.
So if you're in one of the closed groups, it shows Facebook user and doesn't say your information only because of the privacy of the group. So where this is posted, it may have a link on top saying, "Hey, do you want to release your information?" If not, you can jump to YouTube and also comment, and we'll see who you are. So you could stay in the group. Just you could put like your name, like Joe, saying, "Hey," here, because it'll come up like this, and that's just what happens when you multi-stream into different places. So some fun stuff there. Tomorrow we are airing our sound off with Anthony Morales, 8 p.m. tomorrow. You need to definitely see it. It's going to be an amazing show. Me and Anthony go way back, and we were able to share and talk about his platform and what he does. So, but there's obviously we lost the over under. Amy has graced us and pulled out the mic. So
Yes.
I know there's some
She's too
people out
quick.
there waiting. We have a section specifically for Amy ready to go. So there will be a karaoke section that we'll go to. So that is coming. That is coming.
That's
Where
amazing.
is my overlay that had the where to text? So we had a poll that we did last time, and we may go ahead and pull that poll out again. So we'll post that here shortly if you would like to vote whether or not we need to have Amy in the singing capacity. So what are we going to call this poll? To sing or not to sing? That is
That's
the
the
question.
question.
So,
That is the question.
and then we'll say, what did we say last time? It was thumbs up
For
for a
singing,
yes, and then
yes.
thumbs down for a no. So, yes or no. And then we're doing our text to our number. So I'm literally going to pull it up on the screen so you all will be able to see that. How's your week coming along, Brian?
Hey, it's been good. Been meeting a lot of great people. Sitting there in the clubhouse, not the tree house, but the clubhouse.
The clubhouse.
Although I feel like I sit in the tree house from time to time. So sitting out here in the country in a house inside the hill. So no, it's been good getting to meet some new people and lot of a lot of good vets out there, a lot of good people out there that support the veteran community, and it's always encouraging to see that community
What
supporting each
exactly,
other.
what is this clubhouse thing I keep hearing about? Everybody's talking about it. Only the cool kids are there. What is this about?
Oh, the cool kids, yeah. Well, the cool kids are the ones that have the iPhones. That's what the cool kid thing is.
Right? Yes. Because they were the ones who could get in.
So, well, Clubhouse is technically still in a beta, so it's not full GA or general, release. Um, so yeah, right now it's just available to iPhone users, but sometime soon, I'm sure that's going to be coming open to Android. So, but a
Yeah.
lot of people in there, a lot of people on the waiting list already.
Mhm.
It's just exploded.
Yeah, it's been amazing. What's one thing I guess you have liked about it since you've been kind of in there testing it?
Well, quite frankly, I just like the fact that I can play it on my phone just like I'm listening to some music. It's just audio over the phone. So wherever I am, I have my earbud in and listen to various topics. So you got rooms that what they call in the hallway, which are just you think about walking down the hallway in a school. You got different classrooms. You got different rooms with different topics going on. You can pop in and out. Just try to listen to what's going on, and sometimes you you can be really surprised by who all's in there and some of the awesome information that's being tossed out there.
No, it definitely is amazing. Seeing the interaction that we've been able to have and see with folks. So it is amazing. There is the number. Let's slow that down so it won't go too fast. So that's a number for those looking to have the singing action going on. So text our poll thumbs up or thumbs down to 202-217-1228. The question of the day is, will Amy actually put said karaoke microphone ready to go? Capri said 2 weeks ago that she almost pulled her arm when you literally snapped it so quickly.
I
So,
hope Capri joins us tonight.
yeah, let's see who's popping in here. Let's see. Travis is in the house. Yeah, we've been in,
Oh,
in Clubhouse,
Travis,
Travis.
yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
Travis is
Travis.
here. What's up, my
Hey, we've
brother?
been
Good.
talking with Travis.
Yes, Travis has joined us
Yep.
in Clubhouse.
So we have our
Cool.
list of giveaways that we're giving. So we have tickets for that. So we're gonna have a poll for that too. So that's gonna come here in a second, and then we'll roll it. So texting to enter to be given an invite. So right now it's for iPhone users, but it will all be opening up to Android users as well. Travis was one of the first ones that got one, so we'll share that. We have a few tickets, a few invites to give away. So it's an invite only, hence it being beta. So more to follow there. But Travis is in the house. Good seeing you.
Yes.
Uh-oh, somebody said cool rich kids in the house. No, what they haven't told you is that we're rocking iPhone 5, iPhone 6, not the 12. Let's see
Did I
here.
mention that I was in a house
Uh-oh.
in the side of a hill?
It has started. It has started.
Not in a mansion.
Hiram said he's texting tinnitus to our number, so there's that part. 202-217-1228 hashtag FNL. Thumbs up for singing yes, thumbs down for no singing. We will be monitoring those as they come in. Fun
Yes.
fact, Hiram says, I don't care what you vote, please just don't. So there's that part. So there's that. Let's see here. Travis chiming in. Clubhouse is awesome. Android users can pre-register. So you can register, but once they release it, they'll start bringing folks in. So it's been amazing. Amazing conversations for veterans. I think it's been a good space, both from a personal development. The way I've kind of theorized it is this is like a country club with access to individuals you would never see. It's literally a club that opens at 10 p.m. and it's 8 p.m. So you have the ability to meet someone like Grant Cardone. You have the ability to meet someone like Oprah was on there, Tyrese Gibson, the musician. Like literally people that you would not think that you would have access to at any given time are in there. And it's literally, real conversations with people doing amazing things in various industries, and those general connections. One person I heard got a deal for Netflix because there was a room specifically where they were pitching show ideas and they got picked up. One person I heard pitched an idea and walked out of one of those rooms on, again, a little weird app with a headset with $50,000 investment with venture capitalists like Shark Tank. Pitch us your business and we'll invest and support you. We've had mental health rooms of veterans just coming together, talking about what they're dealing with and holding space and doing something like this. So it's been interesting just to be able to see the power of community. But the biggest part is right now I have to sit in front of my camera, in front of my computer. I have to be here. Lights are on. All that's jazz. With this, you could be walking your dog. You could be doing laundry. You could be cooking. Whatever you're doing is in your ear. It's not intrusive. There's no scrolling. It's all listen. So what I've told folks is what's happening with technology is we're shifting to an audio place. Consider, Series, right? Consider Amazon's, offerings, because if I say it, my own will activate. So consider when you call your Amazon machine, right, and what it does for you. All those things make it to where I don't have to use my eyes or my hands, which means I can do other things. So now, respecting your time, I think that's pretty awesome. For people who are very busy, literally, they have a morning club with people who are, on the rower, on the elliptical, but yet it's like, hey, if I could stand next to Warren Buffett, I don't care if he was on an elliptical or in sauna. I just want to be able to hear and ask him questions. That's the benefit that you have because individuals like that are, uber busy can just kind of be doing their workout while they're on this call and chime in as they're able to without having to sit in front of a computer and not move. I've seen people jump in an aircraft, fly out somewhere, jump back on a call, and you're like, what? but it's been, I think, also good because there's no video. It's live, not recorded, so there's no history of it. So if you weren't there and you didn't catch it, you missed it, and it creates that authenticity there, which I think is pretty cool. So again, there's a lot of hype behind it, but it's not a replacement of what's out there. It's just something different. Uber did not offer something new. It just consolidated what it provided, as did Airbnb, as did all these other things.
It's a different format.
Yep, and it's time. Time is the variable here, right? I
Yeah.
can literally spend an hour listening to a conversation and, as needed, jump in and do something. So, but for our veterans, we did create and have what we have dubbed as Veterans Network.club, and that is an umbrella inside of Clubhouse where we can have different rooms. So if you're not, actually, here goes. Here's a good one. Let's see. I'm thinking about starting a room called Veteran Smoke Pit. Anything goes conversation. Smoke pits where everybody gathered, talked about random stuff. Yeah, that's a room I'd like to start and run. Yep. And that can all happen under Veterans Network, which is the umbrella that we have for our, space on the app. So, these are the type of things that are available to us. So, it's going to continue to grow. And for some, it might seem like, okay, what is this about? But like Facebook, many of us didn't know what it was. Now look at us. Here we are. Same thing with YouTube. So these are new technologies that are becoming available for people that I think for sure will be beneficial and helpful for folks. So, those are some things just to kind of share and add for those who are listening.
And I would
Oh
add too
no.
that this week it was so cool when we started holding the rooms. I'm not going to give it away because they're going to be doing an interview with DP, so I won't give it away who it is. But there was somebody that happened to jump into our room because they saw the Veteran Network, and it was somebody that I know I never would have imagined I would have ever been able to connect with or talk with. Um, and he's most people I think would know who he is, but what we didn't know is that he was a veteran, a Navy vet, and I think his story when he was able to jump up and talk, of course we were a little starstruck. I know I was very starstruck. Um, and I was like, DP, look at who's in this room. Oh my gosh, look at who it is. And he came up to talk. And what was so interesting, and DP kind of spoke to this a little bit today, is that he wanted to sit in the room with veterans. He wanted to come into the room as a veteran, not all of his accomplishments, the books he's wrote or what he's been a part of or who he is. He wanted to come in as a veteran. And it was just really cool to hear him say that, he can relate to us. And in the industry that he's in, most people don't know that he is a veteran, and he just felt comfortable and coming in the room and sat with us for a while and is already on DP's schedule to do a one-on-one interview. So more to come with that. But what's hard is all these people we meet are so amazing in their own ways. The different things that they do, the different things that they're a part of. And it's just been so unique to see the community of veterans and what they're doing from, all over the world. Active duty, reserve, pendants of veterans. It's just really cool. Yes, like Bill said, it's a common bond. And there's just that level of comfort where people just feel like they just wanted to come in. We even had somebody that wasn't a veteran but said that they love the way that veteran rooms feel and they love the conversation, so they just wanted to hang out with us. So it's so unique and it's different, and people can share and talk, and it kind of takes away the intimidation factor, I think, of some people not wanting to do the face to face, or um the intimidation, I guess, that comes along with that sometimes. So yeah, I think it's amazing. It's kind of addicting a little bit.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
have
how
to
long were
say
you
that
in that room that night? The one night, how many hours was that? At least 5. I
Hmm.
feel like it was at least 5 hours.
5 or 6.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so I'll bring up for tomorrow. this is one of the lives that we have coming up for Sound Off with Anthony Morales. So just kind of sharing that
Yes.
to tune in. So that'll be coming up wherever you're seeing us. You'll see this link. And the Sound Off series is really having a conversation with specific veterans who are doing amazing things and providing that platform to support them, help further the message of what they may be doing. But there are many others that are lining up, and literally just as we're networking and having these conversations, you may see on our social media pages some of the things that we're sharing, which is interesting. So we have some different, and I'll bring some of these up here that what we have as I give it over to you, Brian. But I'll pop up some of the things that we have going on, so you see them. Hiram was asking who was it. We have, we can't let it out of the bag too much.
Oh, yeah, look out yet.
Yeah, we'll whisper it to you. But what I will say is that
Well, we
what's been
can tell
interesting,
Hiram, but we
yeah.
can't tell everybody else.
But what I'll say that's been interesting about this is having a conversation with someone that maybe you know them in the real world as this, person who's famous or whatever, but little did you know he was a veteran or she was a veteran. And sometimes people just need the ability to feel like they're themselves. They don't see themselves as what the world may see them. And when you have the ability to just say, okay, that's nice, but you're just, Bill, you're just Bob now. That's something different. And I think for us, having a conversation with someone that's like, oh, you didn't know he was a veteran, but let's talk about how that person went from being a veteran to being an executive in this industry or someone, big in that industry. And that's something that's been happening quite a bit with different folks, which is interesting. Back to you, Brian. You were going to literally just say something.
Well, actually, to that point, I mean, we're meeting veteran entrepreneurs constantly, and I was going to make a remark. You see in the comments, Third Day Coffee Seguin. That's Jose. He's an entrepreneur, runs a coffee roasting business there in Texas. Which I was going to say, Jose, I just had placed an order for some of your coffee, but after that comment about Go Navy Beat Army, I might have to cancel that or reduce it. But but no, I mean, you meet great people like Jose and so many others. I mean, there's really too many to name, but that's the beauty of it is that we're discovering each other. Just like Dr. Dallas ordered some of her popcorn, waiting for that to come in. You guys got some true coffee. There you go.
Now, tell me those things tell me that is not
amazing. Let me get it in my camera. Oh,
yep.
This is amazing. So we met her.
Mm-hmm.
She's amazing.
There it is.
You can get it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Overdose. That's my favorite. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
See, I've got the garlic and the original coming, so I had to get both.
It's amazing.
But that's what's so awesome is that we're finding so many veteran entrepreneurs, and we're able to support what they're doing and how they're supporting other veterans. So through their charities, it's just nice to be able to build that network of veterans and supporting each other. It's feels good.
Yep.
No,
Yes.
I totally agree. Let's see here.
Jose said you've been spanking this last few years, so it's all good.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's some amazing things that are out there, and again, it's just good to have this conversation, do a highlight of the things that are happening out there for folks, sharing that, highlighting them. So that's again some of the things that we have coming up, which I think people are going to enjoy. This is a good quote for tomorrow's session that we have, which I think it's amazing from our conversation that we had. So, you can kind of see it here, but one of the things that Anthony said I thought was amazing was, I never started for fame. I would do this all day just to reach one person. And us talking about literally why we take the platforms that we take and talk about the things that we talk about here. But here's another person, for example, that we have that we're going to speak to, who I had no clue or would have never met in the real world. So if you guys literally do a search of Dr. Mark Goldston, he has written so many things on PTSD, exposing the heart of pain with surgical empathy. Psychiatrist he's MD psychiatrist. He's been literally doing and working with the Marine Corps at higher levels. He's written on trauma, on suicide prevention. He's worked with various agencies. Has done amazing things. And again, a very well-known person in his field. So if you do again a quick Google search, you will find Mark Goldston, a clinical, intervention psychiatrist, UCLA professor of psychiatry, founder of his group, columnist, blogger, top-selling author. Literally, he wrote the book on a lot of these things that today we're having conversations about, and literally being able to have a conversation with someone like him and talk about pain, talk about truly some of those
Yes.
things, and bring context and really bring it into our community. I think it's amazing. So those are the type of things I think are amazing, to have that, and that's going to be a one-on-one conversation, that we're going to have specifically towards mental health. To Hiram's point, that's sound off. So one-on-one, it's another kind of spin that we're doing, and the concept behind that is having a what I call a one-on-one, profiles in Audacity, aka specific individuals that we're talking to who are doing some amazing things in their field and highlighting that. So there's a mental health component, but there's also a piece of just understanding that there are some folks that are just doing amazing things in their businesses. Some of you all may be entrepreneurs and are doing some things, so we can sit there and showcase that. I think there's a power to that. So a lot of fun stuff coming. Tomorrow, Anthony's episodes airs. We have a few more forthcoming, so
Yes.
stay tuned and look into
Tissue
that.
ready for that one.
It was a
That one
great
was a little
conversation.
emotional. Yes, it was a good one. It was a little emotional. I thought it was a little emotional. I loved it. It's amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
$13 on Amazon, top seller columns. Yep.
Yes.
And
And he
to
he is just an amazing human. Mark, he jumped in the room and he started talking and he asked if he could just share something, and then he asked what we thought, and everybody was dead silent. DP can explain why people were silent more so than I can, but it was like I wanted to tell him, I get it, I understand, yes, that's everything. That's exactly how I feel, I relate to it, but we were quiet, I think, because we didn't it was so real, and it was like I felt like he was in my brain. I felt like I had a one-on-one with him, and he was breaking down why I feel the way that I do when I feel the way that I feel. It's just absolutely amazing. That's that's gonna be a good one.
yeah. So the way I've kind of explained what happened. So he almost, excuse me, because of his skill set and his specialty, it's hard to have a conversation with someone that can just cut right to the matter. And that's the best way to put it. Like, this is one of those instances where he's almost, and I use the example of iron sharpening iron, but this is like he's like a blade, and you touch this blade, you're gonna cut yourself. Like, this is one of those type of things where he literally comes in and asks the questions, and by asking a question and posing certain things of, like, let's get down to the heart of what exactly is happening with PTSD. What are some of the issues and things behind someone to actually go and commit suicide, and actually breaking that stuff down, from his perspective. Again, it literally, for some people, it's like, how do you respond to that? Because, when he asks a question and says, what do you guys think about this thesis? This is kind of what I'm thinking about. You have someone who is a specialist in their area, and they're literally saying, hey, I'm going to run some ideas by you guys. And you're just sitting there like, so the only way I can explain this is, imagine if you were with, name your favorite chef, right? Let's say Gordon Ramsay or whoever you want to say. And he's literally right now here say, hey, I'm going to cook some stuff up real quick. Tell me what you think. Literally, most people are not going to be able to talk because you're going to just be sitting there, stuff in your face like, this is amazing. Like, what do you think? You're like, right? Because he's just a specialist in what he does. Like, what can I say? This is amazing. In this instance, because of what he does, he has the ability to present concepts, ideas when it comes to mental health that really break people and get true stuff. Like, literally, it's one of those things where we had a conversation, and by virtue of doing these things, the ability that I've had is the ability to, kind of almost, it was almost like a pseudo interview conversation, because most folks could not speak up about certain things because they were too busy processing what he was saying. Like, oh my goodness, this is actually answering what I'm dealing with. So I'm sitting there like, probing now. So we're going back and forth, literally in a room with like 20, 30 people, and it's just me and him going back and forth, and we're having this conversation. And it's some of the things that you've heard us talking about. I love the concept that he talks about, specifically with surgical empathy. And I've always said, like I said before, when someone is hurting as a veteran, I have no problem crawling into that foxhole with them and just sitting with them when they're in that point. the way he explains it for surgical empathy is getting down to where that pain is surgically and just getting right next to it. And it's the same concept of sometimes just being there, right? So literally, he brings a concept very similar to the things that you may have heard us talk about, but he's bringing literally a plethora of, he's on a whole nother level. So when he walked into the room, I almost felt like it was like one of those kung fu movies of like, you're gonna come in here and talk in my room, and then literally it was just like, oh no, I bow to you, you're the one that knows the stuff. But it was a great
You
conversation.
became the master.
Yeah, and I was just like, teach me, please. You've been doing this long as I've been living. But I think, but the biggest takeaway of all that is that for our veteran community, that is needed, is having those conversations, both from a mental health perspective, showing triumphs of veterans who've been through things and have been able to reinvent themselves, and hopefully give some hope to folks. You know what I mean? So those are the things that I'm excited to see develop as we proceed. So a lot more good things to follow there, but yeah, making connections and making some moves and enjoying some life. So good stuff there. We got some giveaways that we're going to be doing as well, so that should be very interesting. We'll make an announcement to that coming up shortly. Let's
Can I
see.
put my name in?
I don't know if that constitutes the cheating, but yeah. So we have some. But overall, I'm really excited for where we're at with stuff. But that said, man, it is Friday. Things are a little bit crazy in the world, regardless of where you're at or what's going on. Just taking a minute to breathe, I think, goes a long way. So we just wanted to hold some space here as well, and literally the same thing we're doing here, we're doing in Clubhouse. So really, it's literally the same exact situation. It's just no camera, and we're just on our phones. So as all these things begin to develop, we'll have more abilities to share about these things. So good fun stuff there. So we have votes coming in. I see some thumbs up and all that jazz. So I don't know. We might have to eventually make a segue to that. So
Right. Although I think gonna be a thing. I'm gonna start scouting some talent. And
So
it's
as
gonna
you
be a
see, we
thing.
have shifted.
It's going to be a thing. Mark my words, gentlemen.
All I know is we're here now.
Oh yeah.
We have shifted into a whole new instance here. Amy is centered, ready, has
That's right.
her little microphone there. So we don't know
Yes.
which way she's going to be moved in her music, but we will see.
Yes.
She's on stage. Yep.
So this transition was brought to you by Microphones and Karaoke of America that we just made up right now. So if you guys have,
Thank
is-
you very much.
are you taking
for the
requests?
song.
How's this working? Just so I know. So we have the transition. We're set up here. The question now is, como se dice how? How is? Are you going to take suggestions? Do you have an idea?
I have
How
an
does that
idea.
work?
I'm thinking. I think I have an idea. I ran it by the girls, and they are not. Well, here's the funny thing: they're here with me this weekend,
Uh-oh.
so they don't want me to sing.
Uh-oh. You know what?
But when
Let's
they're
go back.
with,
We just left. We're back. We're back to normal now. No, we've left
But-
karaoke time.
yeah, they don't want me to. But when they're with their dad and they're watching it, they want me to sing. But now that they're in the house, they don't want me to sing tonight. They
That-
said not tonight. Mom.
That sounds
Well,
about right.
actually, my youngest just informed me that she actually never wants me to sing.
Well, you can't say that they're lying, so that's a good thing there.
So there's
That's an
that.
unqualified no on her part. Okay.
But so I'm going to, DP. I was thinking about this today. You interview everybody. I think we should start interviewing you.
There's look. Ain't nobody trying to hear about none of this stuff over here. It's about
So can you tell us about? Was there a time that you were with Jay?
uh-oh. Now here's a setup.
Was there a time that you were with Jay that he may have been participating in a PT test? doing push-ups.
There was. There was.
And were you a supportive battle buddy or not?
Uh, it depends which one specifically. So Jay has been the recipient of a lot of interesting moments. In the comments we have, one of my brothers. We go back about 20 years. Literally, my brother friggin' for a while, and we've deployed together, served together, and thankfully we're still able to stand each other. So that says enough in itself. The story I told last week was what happened when we got into country.
Horrible.
In
Horrible.
country, what happened was we were in Kuwait. He goes to the PX to buy something, and his card got declined because he's out of region. And of course, me being the best friend that I am, I laughed from a deep place. They say those that laugh that hard may be dealing with pain. So all the pain went away for that one moment, and I literally laughed from a guttural place. And I proceeded to leave the store, and I left him.
Leave him. He
I-
left him there.
He did not need what he was trying to get. So nope, that was a sign, from your creator that you did not need that. And I left him there, and that was a true story. Anthony Morales, who releasing the video tomorrow, we went to recruiting school together. Back in the days, I was a recruiter. He informed me that there was an instance where apparently that same thing happened in Little Rock, Arkansas. So we had another buddy of ours who was a recruiter. We went to go eat somewhere. The funny thing is, our buddy, he was, suave, and it's just like, everything is good. I'm the older guy. All my things are in place. Well, he was out of where, his home was, so we were going to a restaurant, and his card got declined because he was now in another state. Sure as heck, I began to lose my mind, and I'm just like, oh, here we go again. And literally, he's like, but we did pay for the meal, and he was able to eat. He was embarrassed and all that stuff. But yeah, the salient point in all this is don't get your card declined around me because I'm going to laugh at it and have a
Wow.
already won. So
And
to the
then
PT test, what was it?
Wasn't there something about were you guys going through the airport and his knees buckled and you left him there laughing?
So we
You
left.
laughed at him and you left him?
No. We left Kuwait. We're in Iraq now. We're settling into our little living spaces, and he had a tough box, and he was moving his tough box with all his things from point A to point B. His knee may or may not have given out. At which point, my cat-like reflexes, no, I'm not as fast as I used to be, came up, and I say, I caught that, and I see that, and I begin to die laughing because he literally did like the Harlem Shake. He's like, whoa. The funny thing is, I did not flinch at all. Because when someone is falling, the last thing you want to do is try to help. Like, I'm not trying to hurt myself. Like, look, you're broke. I'm halfway broke. If I try to help you, then I'm all the way broke. Like, I need to help you get back up. Do you know what I mean? So you fall 7 times, get up 8, So I'm trying to be encouraging, saying, no, you get up. Like, the Rocky movies. So long story short.
You told him something about him being too young for his knees to give out on him?
Yes, I did. I said, first of all, this is not good at all. It was at that moment I knew I was writing a buddy statement for that claim. I knew that it was going downhill from there. And I was like, this is not good at all. And, but luckily he recovered. He caught himself. Then he did give out, and he, kind of stumbled, but he didn't fall. So I just kind of encouraged him with laughter and pointing fingers and, ridiculing him for a minute because that's what real friends do. But yeah, we've had some.
Oh my god.
We've had some moments. But the PT test one, well, it depends which one. So I might need some context because Lord Almighty.
I believe it was the one that he said he didn't pass.
Well, there was a lot of those. So what exactly? Hell,
He was telling a story about
yeah.
you running. You tried to get him to run.
Yeah.
You're-
I did my part. I used to dabble, in the runnings, right? And needless to say that he needed some support, and I supported him. I want to make sure he passed. But yeah, we had some interesting moments. I'm sure he'll pop up in the comments here shortly, with that one. So memories of times when we were kind of
Uh,
special.
Supporting our buddies.
Exactly.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
gonna put up the number here for the giveaway piece as well because we're gonna transition talking about
He
that.
said
So,
he said he was shaking during the PT test.
well, when you depends after certain push-ups, you're definitely gonna shake. I definitely recall having to run back a few times to kind of motivate him to get to the end. So there's that part as well. Yeah, so we've had quite a few. He was definitely doing a Harlem Shake, so that did happen. Um, yeah,
Poor Jay.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna call this one giveaway. Perfect. All right, so I'm putting up the giveaway piece because this is gonna be also for text giveaway two, and then this was gonna be let's see, it's gonna be yep for the one we have coming up, and then so we have two giveaways that we're gonna talk about here. So I'll explain it. So one is gonna be the tickets that were invites rather to Clubhouse. So that's one of them. Then we're doing a giveaway to a special prize that I'll talk about in a second. So first, let me go ahead and bring that up. So this is going to be, if I slow it down, whoop, for the Clubhouse giveaway. So this is going to be a giveaway. We're going to say CH. So for the first one, this is going to be the Clubhouse giveaway for the invites. So CH being Clubhouse, invite giveaway. And CH is what you are texting to be entered to get an invite if you have an iPhone. So that's one of the giveaways that we're doing. So if you text CH to 202-217-1228, that's going to be part of the Clubhouse invite giveaway if you have an iPhone. So that's something that we're doing. And then, Brian, if you could regale me a little bit on some of your pastimes, which will kind of set up the next thing we're going to be looking at. When you're not here doing amazing things, what's something you do to spend some time and kill time and help your brain relax?
Well, I don't know how much relaxation my brain does, but I love to jump on the Xbox. I like to jump on those first person shooters. It probably actually just aggravates my condition, but I can't help it. It's just it's the only way that I can try to focus in on something. And if whenever they ask you the question, how's your concentration? That's probably the best time that I have, a dedicated concentration, which isn't saying a whole lot because I still suck. But but hey, you try. I think some people call it old man reflexes, but even though you come across people that are much older, than I am, but yeah, you're competing with a bunch of kids, middle-aged and elderly folks, and hey, it's kind of the playing field that everybody likes to jump into. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. I finally got to order my Oculus, so I'm looking forward to jumping into the VR space, virtual reality space. Yeah, so my buddy David Otati, who we work with here, and I spent a lot of time on Xbox with Hiram and I, and David Otati. We spent a lot of time on there, and no, OT is on a whole different level. He's like semi-pro type of skill set. So I'm just trying not to shoot him when we're on the same team. But
It's like I don't want to shoot him or shoot myself.
That's right.
I actually bought myself a Christmas gift. Well, I bought myself 2 Christmas gifts this year. One of them was the microphone. and
Nice.
the other one was a Nintendo
Ooh,
Super Mario
Nintendo.
Brothers. You guys remember that?
Wow.
Did you guys play
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
it was like
so whenever
been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing to play
Hmm.
that. So I can't relate to like the PS5, but I can relate to Nintendo Super Mario Brothers. I'm not as good as I used to be, but I'm getting there.
Were you ever
I
really
thought it was kind
good
of like
though?
once you ride a bike, you can always
I
ride a
yeah.
bike, but
Were you ever really good
So
though? That's the
whenever
not really.
question.
whenever I was
What?
stationed in Germany, that was my setup. I had the whole
What'd
Nintendo
you
set
say?
up.
But
What'd you say,
uh,
DP?
oh, I said, were you ever really good though? Like, did you actually have skills?
Um,
Because I heard that Brian was a duck hunt, super champ.
Oh yeah.
that's what I need. I need the duck hunt. Yes, the duck hunt. Yes. Yes, I need to order that. I wonder. Yeah, I only have Super Mario Brothers right now, but
I
I'll
Hmm.
can't
get
even
that.
remember what game it was. I remember having some kind of a cannon. Uh, I still don't remember what the game was, but whenever I was in Germany, I tried to
Hmm.
set up all of these. I got everything I could.
Hmm.
So that's what I did on my.
I see your message, George. That just came in. George just sent in his message. So this it's the same number, but it's aggregating to different places. So George saw that you went ahead and texted over for the clubhouse invite. But I,
Nice.
yeah. So we got some stuff coming over. There's a few thumbs down. So
Yes.
there's also that. So the same number is being
No.
what? Oh no. Oh, never mind. Whoops. Sorry. Um, so here is something that I think is pretty cool. So talking
Yes.
to what Brian just said, um, we are going to help out. Well, that went kind of crazy and fast. We're going to basically look at paying it forward, helping out, some veterans that may be in a place where, there are studies out there specifically towards having the ability of using, video games, for example, or having the ability to use technology, VR, to kind of just take themselves out of what they're at right now. Especially when you look at, you physically cannot, let's say, do certain things, right? You may have limitations, but at least for this one little bit, I can play with Brian and use that as an outlet. Obviously, Brian, we saw his picture when he used to, move that shoulder. Is not a
Yeah.
spring chicken anymore, but it doesn't matter the age you have. And the fact is, we have some veterans that really, might find this as something that maybe you weren't don't consider yourself a gamer, or someone who may be kind of down and out or needs some support. So we have the ability to basically try to do something for our community. So we're going to be beginning to take in entries for this. Again, we're going to announce when we're going to put this out to make it standardized. Texting PS5 to 202-217-1228 is basically how you will be entered. We're announcing that, so that's going to be announced in the next 3 to 4 weeks. As stand by for a post to come on that. But again, basically trying to pay it forward. I think there's, we have the ability to, pay it forward, and there's a veteran that we can help out and do something for. I think this by far is going to be something that will be helpful to somebody who may need and be in that place. So we're going to pull the numbers and names and, kind of put that list together, and then we'll share the details on all that. So obviously you have to be 18 and over, you have to be in the United States to make sure that we're actually, sending it to somewhere here that we can get to. But it's the first of a few different projects that we want to do. So everything that we're trying to do here is just to pay it forward and help out. Again, for some it might be just be a video game, but for a veteran out there, this may potentially be something that can give them at least a sense of normalcy or something else to get themselves outside of their head. So if you know someone who might be in need or whatever the case may be, we're going to collect this information. We'll reach out and pull that to make sure that we capture the story of who we're supporting and helping. So this will be the first point to at least kind of get your name and information into us to be able to do this, and make sure that we do right and kind of take care of one of our own, because we have the ability to do so. So we snuck into Brian's house and took his PS5, but no, it's a brand new one. They're pretty hard to get, so this is something that it's, again, we want to just kind of get the information and then word out there. So when you text us, we're going to give you the information and details on it. So if you're interested in this, text this. We'll send you the official rules and how all that will be put together, what we would like you to do to be able to, officially be considered. So we'll, get back to you and say, okay, Amy, we got your entry. You did this stuff. Here we go, right? But I think it'll be something good to definitely support and help out others. So That's something coming down the pipe, and I'm happy that we can actually again help someone and bless another
Yeah,
veteran to do something like that.
that's awesome. I mean, first of all, none of us like to sit there and be overwhelmed by our thoughts. At least most of us don't. And so these kinds of distractions are a great way of escape. If we're even if we're a bit, and these PS5s, along with just the same with the Xbox Series X. I mean, the PS5 is one of those things that sold out within minutes of being released. So the fact that you've got these to give away is pretty incredible.
Yes. Brian, when do you have time to play?
That's
You're
a good
always
question.
working. When do you have time?
Well, it's just whenever I'm not working, and whenever I'm trying to stay away from, trying to find an excuse not to go outside.
Oh, okay.
So,
Awesome.
so maybe a little bit too much time, but that's how I maintain my fair complexion.
Army 84 to 91, 50%. Hey, thanks for being here, brother. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Got some
Cool.
comments coming in, got some text messages coming in as well. So just wanted to highlight some of those. Let's see, who was that?
Text messages that they want me
Robert.
to sing.
Oh, what's that? Back to Amy singing again. What's happening here? Like, oh no, I don't know.
They want me to sing. Is that what the text messages are saying? They want me to sing?
No. I think it's definitely the
Oh.
PS5 text coming in. Not so much the Amy singing piece. But
That slowed
I
down
have
as
a
soon
friend
as the
that-
PS5 was announced.
I have a friend that is watching, and she sent me a message. She just we knew each other when we were stationed together in Montana, and she recently got stationed here, and she's watching, and she does want me to sing. She's waiting around for me to sing. She sent me some emojis.
Did she text to have that considered? We have the.
Well, it would have been from Amanda if she did.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep an eye out and see. I know we have some boats that came
Yes.
in. Make sure that's the correct one. Jay did send a text message, and he says, "Put me into that. We know you, so we cannot help you there, buddy. Sorry.
Oh, Jay.
No for you, Jay.
Jay,
I left
Jay,
you
you're
at the
supposed to
cash
use an
register,
alien.
and I'm leaving you waiting for this one too."
you're supposed to use an alias, Jay. What's
Yeah,
going
like he's
on?
supposed to show up like a mustache
He
and
could have
not
had his wife do it, right?
like
His
something,
wife-
anything, like. Oh Jay. So I think that's something cool that again, just paying it forward. So we're gonna slowly start shifting into the first hour
Uh-oh.
becomes kind of
Wait,
common.
wait. D-Wade.
D-Wade has shown-
discussed this.
D-Wade has
I don't
shown
know
up.
who promised you a song, but you and I have not conversed on this, so I don't know what song you want me to sing you.
I don't know, but all I know is that at this point is when things D-Wade has showed up, Capri might show up, Jay is telling stories. Sadly, I think that this is the part where we
Hiram,
start
we
to
need
transition.
Hiram. If Hiram his story.
It is
Oh, wow.
literally now the top part of the show where we switch over. It is the after hour
that's
with
fun.
the Zoo Crew, aka this is where everything begins to derail, and we have done all the administrative things of the
Yes.
business, and now from here forward, it gets kind of cuckoo.
As Capri would say, all control has been lost.
All control has been lost. We have lost the keys to where we are being
Yes.
caged, and at this point, it's just, it is what it is. So TGIF, someone send help. So that needs to be the new tagline here, from TGIF to send help.
So,
So
I
speaking
think
of
we should talk about
next weekend,
Next weekend is going to be a very interesting Friday Night Live.
yes.
Yes.
What are we doing next weekend? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do it like, Amy, what do you mean? What are we doing next weekend?
Tell us, Amy.
Tell us, Amy, what are we doing?
we will all be in person, meeting each other for the first time in person, and doing the live in person all together in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Yes, we are. So we will literally be in the same space. So we can kind of do like
Yes.
a little, see how we put all the little pictures here together? Like literally,
Yes.
it won't be just, you know, pictures next to each other. It'll actually be us actually in the same space.
Yes. That's going to be
So,
So
very
so make
interesting.
sure you get all this that you can, because when that encounter happens, I'm not sure what this picture is going to look like afterwards.
it, it's gonna be a whole. Oh, we got some feedback here. Last Friday, Amy said she would sing this week. That was a promise. Do not change the subject for the. You know what?
Dear Wade.
Back to karaoke with Amy. D Wade said she is not sitting here and being neglected yet again.
Yeah. I
There it
think
is. Oh, this was so Ron has had some technical difficulties, but this was his jam. This was when Ron pulled up the microphone last week and started almost jamming and doing his
yes.
thing.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So you're saying you're not gonna be singing the Spanish ode to this one then?
Yeah, no, I don't know that one. That's Ronis. Yeah, no.
Mm.
But that's what the in person is, D Wade. That's when it's all gonna go down.
Karaoke's done. Back to the after hours. We can't.
Yes.
We moved you from the center. Can't do it no more. So,
Yes, so
uh-oh.
next weekend
Lisa is
will
calling
be
dibs and said that she will be running comments from home. She says she's close, but she's not getting too close.
she's not getting too close. She after hours is not for Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I don't want to be around you guys for after hours. Um,
Hey, there's Chris.
Hey, Chris, what's going
it's
on,
gonna
brother?
be oh yeah. It's gonna be fun. So it's gonna be a strategic working weekend to do work. But so we
What is
will
the what are we recording outside of Friday Night Live? Are there other work stuff going? What are you talking about? We're meeting
yes.
people.
So we are. So should I say who we're gonna meet? We're
You, don't have
gonna
to,
Who
you
else?
can
What do we
tease it.
meet?
You don't have to give it all out, but we're meeting some people
okay.
that we're recording.
Yes, we're
And
gonna meet some people that are doing things in the veteran community, that are veterans themselves or doing things in the veteran community. So we'll be going and meeting some people, and then some people will be coming probably to where we are to have like a sit down one on one with DP. Um, there are my dear friend, um, Dr. Melinda Joy Mingo, who DP already recorded with,
mm-hmm.
um, is going to, they'll do a sit down too. She's amazing, and her show will be in a couple weeks, I think.
Yes.
So we'll be meeting with her, and then Al from Clubhouse happens to be in Colorado Springs, and two friends that are gym owners. One is a veteran. So we'll be there's some good stuff coming. So actually, I think maybe 2 to 3 people that we met on Clubhouse that happen to be
Uh-oh. Lisa said not nope.
uh, 3 people, 2 for sure, but 3 people I think maybe that we met on Clubhouse. They'll be doing interviews with DP, so it shall be fun.
I think so. I think that's going to be great to see
Yes.
folks. Because you
Yes.
mentioned this.
Lisa said this is gonna be really weird to see them in person.
So what do we have here? You kind of mentioned it, so I'll block us up so you
Yes.
can talk about it. This is
So
someone you put me in contact with. Don't give
yes.
it all away, but this is
Okay.
coming up here Saturday, January 30th at 8.
Yes.
It is Dr. Melinda Joy, and it's from homeless to hopeful. She has her PhD, literally what she's done from homeless to hopeful. An amazing story. You know her. You introduced us. Great session that we had. Tell us a little bit about your
Yeah.
friend.
So she was actually my instructor in one of my classes when I was getting my master's, human resource management. And it was a time it was a tough time for me at that point in my life. But telling her story, just going for the buffalo chicken wings. Okay. Um, um, her story is so powerful, and she just left such a huge impression on me. She was the first person I told I got my master's. I texted her and told her, and there was so many times when I was finishing that I just wanted to give up and I didn't want to do it anymore, and I felt like I had every reason to say now is not the time. And I just kept thinking of things that she would tell us in her journey, um, from uh, the time she was, young, growing up into Chicago until she's here, teaching. She's an amazing human being, just absolutely amazing. And she's had so many trials um, in her life, but she's overcome them, and she's just an amazing person. And so sometimes when I would feel like that, I would think, what would she do? What would she say? And I would say that if she could do it under the circumstances that she did it, I had no excuse not to do it. And so I know she changed my life, and she motivated me when she didn't even know that she did. I think there might have been a time or two where I would reach out and I would tell her that. I think more so when I got my master's, I explained to her kind of like what I was going through and how I was feeling, and that, she changed my life, and that she motivated me. Amazing human being. She wrote the book. This book is amazing. We have 20 of them that we'll give out if you're interested. Um, it's The Colors of Culture,
Mm-hmm.
and the Beauty of Diverse Friendships. It's just so it's so good, and it's perfect for the times that we're in. I'll just say that.
Yes.
But if you guys are interested, let us know. Comment below or text us or whatever. Let us know that you're interested. She will be signing them, and we will get them out to you. So we have 20 to give away.
Yes.
She's an amazing person, and I was able to watch the interview with um, her and DP, and it's just there. It's a great interview. So
Yeah, it
that's
was very
Dr.
inspiring, and
Mo.
I loved it. So I think people will be blessed by that. And what we're trying to do
Yes.
there is, even there, we're taking now a conversation with an author who has a great message. She has a book, and then also being able to pay it forward to the community and have that as something, to give away. Which again, it just speaks volumes
Hmm.
to the reach that we have and the ability just to do something a little bit unique and different. So I'm
Hmm.
excited for that. I think folks will enjoy that session that we had. So, the book giveaways for different shows, because we have other books as well and other partnerships that we're creating for folks. So, for a specific episode that we're doing, I think that's something that is going to be interesting. So, for that
Yes.
specific book, again, we'll have that. And we'll share that with the post when the time comes. But I think it's just good to have that.
Hmm.
So, literally, you'll see the
Yes.
same number. It's going to be on that one, texting book
Hmm.
to 202-217-1228. So literally, we're saying hashtag book because it'll be able to sort where the person who texted in gets placed. So you'll see that information being provided. So again, a great book, great conversation I had with her. I think that folks are going to definitely be blessed by it. And being able to
Yes.
even give that book and show what she's been through, from homeless to hope, like
Yes.
it's going to be amazing.
Yes. It is. Yeah.
So for that specific one, and this will go forward. But if you're interested in being given one of the books, bring it up again since you already have it, if you don't
Yes.
mind. This is again The Color of Culture, the beauty of diverse friendships, and this is what really changed her life and helped her going from so much tragedy, homelessness, to hopeful, and today being a professor, doctor with credentials and all these different things. So texting book to 202-217-1228 gives you the ability to be entered into that list that will be given out again for folks. So she was gracious to support us in that effort.
And I will say I've read the book, and it's a very easy read. It's like 110 pages, It's a amazing book. It's a very easy read, and I think you would enjoy it. So she's just amazing. And I will say, I don't want to give away too much of it, but I will say that she finished this book in her car while she was homeless and had her PhD. So the story is amazing. Stay tuned for this and check out her book.
Yeah, it's definitely
Wow.
it's an amazing, powerful story. So I love that we can have these conversations and show just diversity in what our community has and people that are coming into our community. So there's a lesson to be learned there. And I just really want to highlight that. You'll see some of the other sound off episodes that we've done. So we also have Jamie's book that we're also going to be giving out. So you're
Yes.
going to see that as well. So it's amazing just all the things that we have coming up for our community, and if we can build that and do that, this is what it's about. It's paying it forward and leveraging that, showcasing what someone is doing, and hopefully helping someone. So a lot of
Yep.
fun stuff. But thanks for bringing that up because I think it's
Yeah.
cool. So for the book, you're texting #book to our number 202-217-1228. And we already got some text messages coming in for the PS5. It's the same number, #PS5, which again is looking at putting you into the pool for that PlayStation 5 or a veteran who may need it, 202-217-1228. For the iPhone users, we did bring this up. We are giving away invites to Clubhouse for those that have an iPhone and want to join in the things that we're doing. It's CH2202-217-1228. So just, sharing that there for folks. So we're meeting some amazing people next week at the in Colorado. We have established that Lisa is not here for all those shenanigans. So I'll bring up that comment because it is amazing. I love the fact that she said that. Literally. Too old for that for that youngster shenanigan. And Jay said he is going for the buffalo chicken wings. Danielle has jumped in and said, "You're only as old as you feel. Don't answer that. Love you." So sometimes you may be feeling, Chris said he's in for wings every day, all day. Definitely, yes, please. Thank you. Pass the sauce. Mark, you see some of the transition scenes. He is literally the mastermind behind the videos, the intros, the sounds. You see that's Mark doing his amazing thing. So our graphics and
Man,
video team between Mark
Yes.
and Chris. So the
incredible
overlays,
talent.
things you see, that's
Yes,
they
they
they're
are
doing all this
amazing.
stuff. I just sit here and just yap.
Yes.
So got to give
Yeah.
props where props is
Amazing.
due. Mark in the house. Jay
Yes.
concurring.
Serious skills. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So again, just trying to really make a point to do something different and just raise awareness. We're pivoting into the podcast as well, so the things that we're seeing here, you'll see us kind of say it. So here's the hack: from time to time, we'll say things and read things because you may be listening to this as a replay. So if I just show something, I have to be able to read. Okay, what am I watching here, right? So understanding it for some, maybe a podcast may be the way to go. We want to make sure that we support that, so that if you're listening to this, you can also understand what's being said. So something cool there, but just blessed that we can go ahead and support folks and do things. Lisa is saying, "I'm going to eat wings with Jay." There you go. But I'll be sure to bring the cash. Oh, goodness gracious.
I was gonna say, don't use cards around DP. It ain't gonna turn out
Literally,
well.
like it may not be well. So
Oh, that
we've
was a
established
good
that.
one.
So we've established
Oh,
that
that was
today
funny.
we're not having Amy do her thing. So D Wade, you see, I brought
One
up.
day I'm gonna just
We're having some
surprise you
technical
guys.
difficulties. This is what's happening, but we're ready, as you can
We're
see.
we're inching closer, right?
We're
We're,
we're, we're
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 just
getting
gonna
a
hit
little
it one time.
closer. But again, we've established that we are definitely, already past. Once D Wade has shown up, we've shifted, to the after hours. So again, literally the after hours with the zoo crew, because from here it just goes downhill. Um, so we've said here, please bring help because we need it. Please help us. Laura has a question. So Ronas is had some technical difficulties, but we have a section as well where he will be coming in. So stand by for that. Since y'all here, there will also be a tech update section. So that's coming to WAP.
Editor.
And then we'll
Where did
be
that name
in.
come from? Where did he get that from?
Yeah, he basically kind of it kind of came up, from conversations of, how it is. We build things, we do things, but we don't take ourselves too serious. So it's one of those things of saying, hey, what are we doing? What's going on here? It's like, hey man, I'm just a janitor here. I'm just here, kind of policing stuff up and helping out.
Oh.
So same thing with Ron. It's like he's the tech, guru guy who understands all those things. But hey, I've always joked, hey, call me whatever you want, just don't call me for money. But give me a mop and a broom, and I'll literally
We
be a
know
janitor.
that. We know not to
Because
call you for money.
D Wade has a better answer because sometimes as IT, you are always cleaning up the mess. So
Oh,
that's the
okay.
story, and we're sticking to it. I like
That
that.
is true. Yeah, that's a
There
good
you
one,
go.
Dwayne.
But yeah, he's updating his systems and doing some stuff. So he'll be back, but we'll have the ability to switch over to the tech portion. We might be able to get Amy's microphone audio situation set up squared away, so we'll
Yeah.
be able to have the karaoke time. And also, if you are watching, we have the ability to bring you guys in because Brian and Amy were brought into this, and we can bring audience
Yes.
into this. So if you'd like to join us and just kind of hang out for a little bit, this is something we have the ability to do. So at
Yeah.
any given time, we can have 5 people in our session here, and you can join us. We can have a conversation. Something that we did, which we may bring back, is some of our bet blitz. We used to do that before and have literally
Yes. Yes.
trivia. So we'd have like a little trivia type of thing
I
and do
love
that
it.
stuff. So let's see. Is this? Yep. Yeah. So we're pretty much on schedule. So we're doing it every Friday. So you'll see it here. So all the things we're seeing, you'll see us do it live, and then we'll kind of replay and put it up. So that's going to be where you're watching this circulating, and we're broadcasting to different groups just because we want to kind of meet you where you're at. But everything is being housed over in YouTube where we have all the videos that we've done. Something we started doing because like this is Friday Night Live. Some folks just, we want to spend time with you. It might be a difficult time. You may be going through stuff. You may be alone. And if we can spend a few hours with you, an hour or two, that's worth it to me, right? Because we're giving. We're not asking for anything. We're just trying to just spread positivity, good energy. I think you can drown out the noise by, doing something good versus trying to just combat that. But then we woke up early because Ronis actually is also an early bird. So we rolled out O Dark
Yeah.
30. And literally at O Dark 30, he's like, you know what? Let's just go live. O Dark 30 in the morning. And that's literally a whole different thing. So literally, it's just trying to meet our veterans where they're at, right? So maybe you're an entrepreneur, you're busy getting in, you can't stay up late. Got it. See you at O Dark 30. Because folks like myself don't really sleep much. So, this is easy.
Yeah, you guys are up early.
Yeah. You were. I was surprised. The thing about
See,
you,
Laura said that you are funny and you are entertaining, Amy, by the way.
yes. The thing about DP is I'm not sure when he sleeps or if he sleeps. And
Power naps.
so when I woke up and I saw there was a notification and saw that they were live, I'm like, of course he's live at 5:30 in the morning. Of course he is.
Uh-oh.
He's always doing something.
Uh-oh. Here comes Jay with his bad influences. How about veteran karaoke with Amy? Bring someone to sing a duet with her.
Absolutely, Jay.
Wow.
You know what? That's not a bad
Why
idea.
don't you come? Yeah. Jay?
This is literally something that could actually happen. Let's
Yeah, I have somebody in
let's take a
mind,
look at this. Like literally,
The
it
little
could,
islands in the stream.
watch. Let's do some real time moving around. So I'm obviously not gonna be doing the singing. So I can literally just go ahead and say, okay, you go away over there, and literally it's gonna be Amy and Brian doing a duet, and I in turn
Oh, brother.
won't be there, and you guys can just go and sing and do your thing. All right, guys, have a good one. Enjoy the song. Oh wait a minute, I'm back now.
And when DP says and Brian doing the singing, he's saying and anybody else but Brian doing the singing with Amy.
So literally, so it could be karaoke with Amy. So who is it going to be? They can jump in here. So
Who is the lucky winner?
Chris said, "Let's hear the pipes." He's ready. You know what I mean? Like you gotta give the people what they want. I don't know about you, but personally, I think Jay just entered because it's almost like who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think so.
he was the first one to chime in there. He
Mm-hmm.
came up with the idea.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I think you've been called out. You just dated yourself. Islands and...
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, who
So
doesn't love a
this,
little Kenny
so
and
this,
Dolly duet?
this week, Maya was, they're doing school from home, and she, I can't remember what song it was, but I was telling her, so I always sing "Rise Up." And so when her teacher said to pick a song and to put it in there, I can't remember what song she picked, but she forgot to mute herself.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, you know what? It's no different.
Like,
Somebody's about to go down when I sing.
yikes.
Yes.
Dueling mics.
Yes. Yes.
It is
But
a
I do have
possible.
three. I have three of these, so I'll bring them next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Our Friday Night Live, so that Jay and Brian can sing with me.
I'll be in the background doing doo-wop, doo-wop.
Okay. Yeah.
Lip syncing it anyway.
I like that.
Yes.
I forgot to bring up Legicam. So I have my little special guest, but I didn't set him up for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is my server. He is knocked out. He's like, okay, look, you're just doing your thing. You
Is
don't
this
need me
going to
right
be
now.
the first time that you've traveled with Legend on a plane?
For myself. Yeah, there you go. There he is. We got little Legicam action.
Oh, Legend.
Like
Oh.
There we
literally,
go.
he's like, okay, you guys do
Boy
all that
is out.
stuff. I am taking a break. Forget that. You can forget all that noise there. So he is
Ow.
literally. Yep, he's like, nope.
Wow, he is out.
Yeah, he's out. He's knocked out code. So I'll spare you. But he's like, boop, there's me. Boop. So he's literally like
Got
right
those
by my
legs
feet.
straight out there.
Yep.
Yep.
So little Legicam, he is knocked out. So he is off duty. Service dogs do get downtime. He works and he gets off time, which I think is something good to even mention. People going to realize that. Like he's like, okay, look, you're good. But again, the part I think is cool is again, it's just cool because people just like seeing Legend, and you see him with his little blankets that he kind of pulled up. But literally, if you see, my foot is literally where he's at. So that's the hard part. Is how do I put a camera right by myself? But he's literally like right by my foot. Boop 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 boop. So
Right there.
literally, the minute I move or get up, he's just like, all right, it's go time. So even though he could be snoring, the minute I get up, he's like, oh, there he is. So Legend is always close by. Uh-oh. He's like, wait a second, I see some movement.
He's always
called
at the
me.
ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
Literally, his eyes are open now. He's just like, So something cool to give folks a little peek into the life. So I call that Legicam, and he just
That's so cute.
yeah, something a little bit different. Yes. So what? So here's a little fun fact for you. Yes. And he assumes the position. He's like, okay, we're here. Okay.
Full scratch mode.
All right, and back down. And back
That
down.
is so
And that's the whole thing. Like literally, it's like
really.
He's like, oh. He's trying to decide if you're coming back or not. He's slowly lowering his leg. Oh, that's hilarious.
like I'm telling you, man, he stays on it. He stays on it.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I put a video up of the Roomba going around him. Like he is unfazed. Even 4th of July, we were literally out there for New Year's fireworks and all that. Like he is desensitized to a lot of things except rubs. It's the only thing where I know I will lose him. If he was a sucker for rubs. So, but then again, what labs are not? Lisa
Yes.
says Lincoln does that too. Legend and yep, the band is back in town. Lofton is the background dancer for the Sangin. Even Jay is supporting. He said text 202-217 to sing with Amy. No, you're the one singing with Amy. Don't try to pawn it off now and put the number up.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's awesome, and it's cool to kind of just have that. Let me see Is it the DP? DP does that when his wife gets close to him too. It's just like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were reaching for the remote control. I'm sorry. Whoa, oh, never mind. Whoopsie.
Just reflex.
Yep. Like, look, my bad. So that's what we'll call Legicam from now on. I just got to kind of place it so it kind of grabs him a little bit there.
Oh,
So he's
his
looking.
eyes are- he's awake.
He's doing like a little peeking there. So let's see. Oh, there goes the legs. So he,
Hilarious.
it's literally it's and eventually he's like, okay, enough. You're playing games now, so let me leave him alone. But yeah, so that's life. Obviously in a Friday Night Live. But this time he's kind of shut down. So to the part of the insomnia piece is he will be up at 4:30 and 5. So he is on a routine. So he's like, I'm taking a nap, but you gonna be up when I get up and dark 30, not because of me. Trust me, it's that guy.
So what does he do? He wants to eat. He wants to go outside. What?
He's on a schedule, so he eats at 5 and 5. So 5 a.m. breakfast,
Wow.
5 p.m. dinner.
So there's no sleeping in if you wanted to sleep in.
No. So the structure is what helps us. So with him, for example, he's up early, and it's it just helps with consistency. So for example, he gets up. The first thing he's gonna do is obviously go and relieve himself on command, right? Then we're back. He'll have his breakfast, and then for me, right, it's kind of like, okay, he'll go back to laying down. You know what I mean? And literally just taking like another
Okay.
nap. And at that point, if I'm up early, then I'm getting ready, showering and whatnot. He's just kind of digesting, relaxing. But that's kind of just starts the process there. And at first, it was a schedule he had, and then the schedules kind of merged with my schedule. So up in the morning, whatever my morning routine is, he's just kind of relaxing. We'll do our morning walk and whatnot, around 8, 9 o'clock. Then so he stays on schedule because it also helps with traveling. So when it comes to doing stuff, like I know exactly when he has to go because it stays on cue there too. So
Gotcha.
for me, like if I have to go somewhere, right, like he kind of operates on my schedule. So at a certain time, if I have to go do whatever, right, it's literally like, okay, because remember the other part too is if we're in the world, I could some days I'm out all day and literally it's you have my server's dog is with me. He has to pee and do stuff. So because he's on a schedule, I can do stuff like, hey, we have a doctor's appointment at 9 in the morning. We do our doctor's appointment. I know about 9:30, 10 o'clock is when he has to go. So that's his pee time. So literally it's like, all right, you know what I mean? So I can literally just navigate life knowing that
okay.
this is about the time he's going to go ahead and relieve himself, right? So he's going to urinate his time. This is the time he has like a little midday snack at noon time. After that, he's going to kind of relax. So he kind of has routines. Like right now, he knows, okay, you're doing your crap. I'm taking a nap. Just going to sleep. You know what I mean? And then he's literally, and he won't leave too, which is the other part. So until I'm done, he's not moving from here. Once I get up, then off we go. So it's, but it helps with basically being able to predict how we're gonna do stuff. We're gonna travel. If it's a short flight, like a 6 8, like a 7, p.m. a.m. flight or 8 a.m. flight. You know what I mean? For us, it's easy. Like he's done, ready to go.
Sure.
By the time we land, we're fine. If we have to, cut food and water intake, etc., we could do those things. So it helps just to be able to know that because you don't think about it. Like remember, if you have kids and you go somewhere, right, it's like, Mom, I got to the bathroom. Like, well, with him, he's not gonna be, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
because he's trained to do that stuff, I can go to a doctor appointment, then go run some errands, then go to the grocery store. Like literally been out all day running errands, and he's just right there with me. And as we drive from point A to point B, he takes a nap, and then we're back up and we move. So, buddy set, buddy moving.
Wow.
So what's his midday snack? What does he get for a snack?
So he has, I forget the little name of it, but he pretty much he has like a little treat that he gets for his midday. So with him, it's interesting, right? So because he's a working dog, he eats only his food. So there's none of that like, oh, he eats my stuff. None of that. He doesn't eat any human
Yeah.
food. There's none of that stuff at all. He eats only his food. So there's no irregularities. You know what I mean? So it's like, so there's no like, oh, he ate the stuff and it up to the stomach. I'm like, I got life to live. I don't got time to that you gave him a piece of your pizza
Sure.
and now I'm sitting here
Sure.
with a dog with diarrhea. Like that's not how this works, player. Not saying that
Right.
dogs don't get sick, but it's consistency. So he only eats, what he's been, raised on eating, and then his treats are specific. So he has his like midday snack at a certain time. He has a nighttime snack before he goes to sleep. So literally, it's all on cue. So he knows, okay, it's about 9 o'clock. Like before the show, for example, it's literally like, let's go ahead and get you ready to roll and shut it down for the day because 9 o'clock, he knows we're shutting it down or what have you. So it makes life good to be able to balance that. And then he has high value treats that we use as needed. You know what I mean? And those he doesn't get. So, it's currency, right? He works for a living, so he loves
Sure.
currency. So if we're going places and we're in new environments, you know what I mean? There's times where, I'll give him it's a reward. So with me, it's different in the sense that I don't just give them treats just because they're cute. No. You know what I mean? Everything is a command. Like it's and reinforcing it. So like I'm not gonna
Sure.
none of us get money just because we just look cute. Like you got to work for this. Like you want me to pay you for this? Do your chores, do your room. You want this little high value treat that you want? Yeah, you like it? All right, well let's do some drills. And literally it's training time. You know what I mean? Down, sit, back, do all the stuff. So it really helps with that. But yeah, he's just stuck. He
That's
eats his own
awesome.
stuff. Agreed.
That's really
Hire
cool.
him.
It's amazing how much training must go into
18
Yes.
plus
that.
months. So, for those that don't know, I have a service dog. That's what we've been talking about. Sometimes I think
Yes.
we forget that new people kind of tune in and you're like, what are you talking about? I have a service dog. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so we've got to follow DP along. We've got to kind of follow him along his journey of getting legend, from when they were still like in the training to when he went home with them and now. So
I met
we
him
love
at
legend.
8 weeks
Love
old.
hearing about legend.
And we did a special on this, me and Alexis, and it's on my YouTube channel. People can look at it. But
Yes.
one thing I will say is that the other part that was really interesting for me having a service dog, like I talked about with Alexis, is that's what allowed me or created the opportunity for me to have a conversation with my children. When you tell a 7-year old this 8 week puppy is cute, but he's going to be training to be a service dog for dad, that creates a lot of questions. So literally, my 7-year old, she's like, so do I also have PTSD? Like, how does that work? Because if I have PTSD, then I can have them too. I'm like, that's not how that works. But being able to even have those conversations, right, was something that was good. But even for many of us, veterans that deal with mental health conditions or we're dealing with things, right? Have you ever had a conversation about your mental health condition with your family, with your children? Like, many of us, obviously, the answer is no. You don't talk about those things. In my world, guess what? It's literally like, hey, the shirt says disabled veterans. Well, I don't have a choice. My invisible injury is visible to all. So that's where, by the way, this shirt was designed by Jay. So let's go ahead and just make a notable mention of that real quickly. So this
Yeah.
is Jay's shirt. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Disabled Army veteran.
Yes.
I trained, I served, I conquered.
That is
And we
awesome.
have the
Yes.
branch of service and details. So these are coming out. Jay did design this. And basically, what we're doing with this, once it's live, you'll see it as well if you follow us on social media and all these things. If not, comment below and we'll invite you. For every sweater with this design that we sell, we're giving one away to a homeless veteran as well. So we're matching one for one. So we're getting sweaters made. We're working with the color like an ash color, light lettering. That way, it can be used many times without looking, like it's worn. So we're looking at different colors now. But for every shirt that's bought, we have another design as this, U.S. service member disabled, because we don't know who's going to, right? So if you buy an Army one, great. We'll send a U.S. A U.S. service member, disabled veteran sweater to a veteran at a homeless shelter to kind of pay it forward. So that's really another initiative of, hey, Jay came up with a great design. I like it. So guess what we're going to do? We sell one, we give one. And that's literally, again,
Yes.
just trying to do something that helps us, really put pride and kind of break it down. And funny because I have this, so I get to walk around with it. What I don't realize is that I actually have it. So as I'm walking around, someone's just looking at me reading my shirt, and I'm from New York. So I'm like, what are you looking at? The whole time like I'm literally me mugging them like, is something wrong with your face? What you looking at? Well, they're reading my shirt. Like, hello, because I
Yes.
don't walk around with stuff, saying military all the time. So, but this is cool
Yes.
because even like the way that they perceive me, and it's just kind of like, oh wow, like you're actually like, you're walking with your shirt and you got your brand and you're owning it. So it was interesting because then he comes up, shook my hand, talks to me for a little bit. I'm sitting there like, what is happening? Unbeknownst to me, I had the shirt on. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So Jay had a really good question. DP, where can we get one of these shirts?
where can these shirts be acquired? So
I actually ordered one. I hope I get it soon.
Yeah.
I ordered it maybe a week or two ago.
yeah,
And I
so
ordered
we'll put the
some
link
of
for it.
Jake's other stuff too.
Say again.
is I don't know. He has the other stuff too. The 2020, the year that wasn't, or the
Mm-hmm.
year that was, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
What
yeah,
had
Jay has
happened
a few
was
different
COVID-19.
whatchamacallit, shirt designs that are pretty awesome. We'll put the link to the store as well. We're actually putting it together because we want to kind of segregate it. So you'll see that link being posted as well. So that's going to come online. The only thing that kind of we're waiting for is to make sure that we have the design for the one we're giving away because you don't want to give a navy shirt to an army person. So we want to have a generic one to give away. So
Although
it's
everybody would
sweaters.
probably love an Air Force one.
Lord, here we go. That's why we're in after hours now. But it's so it's a sweater.
Air Force is the best. We all
Oh
passed our
Lord.
ASVAB test,
That's their one cadence.
right?
So sweaters, you'll see that coming up, and we'll have more links here in the next few days. And socks. So it's sweaters and socks. Again, socks with the same logo on the side, and then again for each one that we sell, we're giving one to a homeless shelter. So whoever identified them, and it takes more traction, we'll pay it forward and support. But again, that's really what this is about. It's we got to put actions to work. It's nice to say, hey, we're doing these things and it's great. Let's support. Don't like this, let's support this. Let's do something. So we're putting action behind our words. So again, great shirt by Jay. For those that may have not seen it again, bloop, U.S. Army disabled on this one. Trained, served, and conquered. Amy has the Air Force one with the Air Force logo on the side.
Yes.
So this is you kind of see how that looks there. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm looking
excited
forward to
to get
getting mine.
yeah.
Yes, I'm excited.
We got some movement.
Oh,
We got some legend
Yeah.
movement. He's like, oh crap! Now you're standing up and sitting down. So he's like, false alarm! I'm out of here. So he's balled up
oh,
over
because
there
you
now.
stood up.
Yeah, he's like, okay, well, are we done now? So no, he's like, oh,
Oh,
never mind, moving over. So that'll be coming up here in a few. But just wanted to share that. I think it's pretty cool to kind of get that going. So shirts will be online in the next few days. The store is in redesign and will be up soon. So we want to make sure we tell the story of what's happening. So that's part of the reason why we're kind of teasing it out. So a lot of amazing things that we're doing.
yes.
Again, the books, we saw that here. Pause the screen. You can take a look at that. Supporting those that are liking the messages of the people we're interviewing. So the book giveaway, texting book to 202-217-1228. Again, for those that are interested, for those that have iPhones, same thing, hashtag CH to our number to be able to go ahead and be entered into that. So, and then of course the big one that's garnering most of the text messages coming in, the PS5, hashtag PS5 for that giveaway. And I think that'll be cool again to just serve and help. So 202-217-1228 is how that will work. So a lot of good stuff kind of coming. So,
Yes.
but
That's awesome.
we'll be in Colorado.
Crazy amount of
Again.
giveaways. Yeah.
Yes.
And Jay's coming.
That should be fun.
It should be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, so some new stuff. I think it's cool to kind of just get back in the groove of kind of doing these. So we're slowly kind of building out what we're doing. I really think it'll be cool to bring folks on. So even if you see this in a replay,
Yes.
because again, this is live, we get it, right? But if you see this in the replay, and you're interested in joining us, the same number you saw, you can go ahead and just send us a text message saying, hey, you want to, come on the show. We'll be able to get that message and reply. But the hashtag just segregates, the responses. But if you send a regular text to the number, we'll get that as well. And we'll be able to also reach out to you. I don't know why Jay keeps trying to hashtag something. We're not paying attention to what he's saying. I don't. It doesn't, you could PS hashtag 5 all day. It's not no. But
It doesn't count in the comment section anyway.
actually,
So.
so here's a good question: which PT test, Jay, are you talking about specifically? To Amy's point, because there's a few of them. Because there's one where the pre-workout that somebody we served with chugged before the run. Needless to say, they crossed that finish line,
Oh no.
reverse chugging that pre-workout that was red colored, or a 5-hour energy before a PT test. Not a good idea. The things
Oh
that
man.
people will do.
Oh,
God.
wow.
Yes. Like this is like a 5-hour energy is not going to help the fact that you can't run. Like you literally are supposed to, for your age, you were supposed to, and this is going back in service now, but for your specific age, let's say you had to run a sub 15, 2 mile, whatever it was, right? You're consistently in the 18, 19 field, so you're way off mark. That little 5 hour energy is not going to make up 3 minutes. You are not going to make it. And sure as heck, we had some people spiking up their heart rate, and it was just like, oh no. So,
Oh man.
I did try to make Jay join me for we did run the Boston Marathon satellite in Iraq around the base, and that
Oh
was
wow.
Oh wow.
it was
Really?
not no wow nothing. There's nothing fun about running in
Oh.
gravel. It was a good idea until we realized that the whole entire rate 26 miles running on gravel destroyed what I had left of knees. Great idea, poor execution. It sucked. Jay was the only smart one that said, "Forget that. I'll be at the finish line, good to go." Dummy Jay.
That's thinking
He
ahead,
said,
Jay.
he said, ask him about the time I was doing push-ups during a PT test, which I failed, if he remembers.
I can't. The Harlem Shake of I've known Jay for a long time, and his heart means well. He has a rhythm in his soul, but literally, as those last few push-ups were coming, and I'm trying to be motivating, like, come on, you could do this, and he begins to do said Harlem Shake. It's a rhythm I've never seen. It's literally like the rhythm of the night. It's a whole different thing that almost gave Lofton's little baby Lofton a run for his money.
Yeah.
So it was not
You
like
started
this.
that.
It was a whole So for those that are, I think I might have an image of
That's
Jay.
what happens just right before complete muscle failure.
Yeah, this is an image I actually pulled of Jay during the PT test doing push-ups. It looked a little bit like this, literally. And if you're wondering how can that be a push-up, exactly, that's the question. What the heck was happening here? The difference was it was trying to make that move against the floor. So, there's
Oh my gosh.
And this is like those memes where you think to yourself, what I expect it to look like. So in his mind, Jay thought this would be happening. The reality is, what actually happened was a little bit more like this, which doesn't necessarily work. So as we got a little bit older, this became more of our reality versus the Rocky piece.
Oh my gosh.
Sad part is we've all seen someone who kind of is not too far off from there. But we did start the meeting, the PT test, believing ourselves like these two squirrels. That's what we thought it would be. But sadly, it did not end well. It was not a good idea. So
That's hilarious.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
I bet you had those sweatbands too.
he may well have had that sweatband. He did do a little bit of this too. This was kind of a little reenactment of what was happening in slow motion. Jay said, I had one more in me, so I thought. No, you did not. It literally was a failure of a collapse. It was.
That's when the count just keeps repeating. One.
Yes,
One.
literally.
One.
Yes, isn't that the worst?
That is the worst. Like, matter of fact, where is Hiram? Hiram, we need you to type out that
Yes.
basic. That is literally almost a staple.
Yeah,
Here-
the funniest experience.
Oh, the funny experience. So we'll bring that up for the crew. Here's a picture of Jay literally prepping himself for the PT test right before. Looking in the mirror, believing in himself. He thought I would do great things. You gotta own
Aw.
it. You gotta believe it. Sadly, it was,
Oh.
not exactly what happened. But Hiram has a great story that we'll bring up, and we had a
Yes. I
conversation.
wonder if he's still on.
Yeah, he just literally
Oh,
had
he's
a
here.
comment up. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, Hiram. Before I was saying, say the joke again, not in Slack, but here. So we're talking about what's some of the funniest things that you've seen in service. Like, is a funny joke or a cadence? So we talked about cadences. Amy sang us the cadence of room service, send it please.
Yep.
I want a steak and some lobster tails. So, all the great things. Brian came in there and said, C-130 rolling down the strip. Airborne Daddy gonna take a little trip.
Take a little
Amy
trip.
jumped in afterwards and said, when the Airborne Daddy's back, tell him to order me a steak. And I was like, what the heck? That's not the cadence.
And a
But
bottle of
Hiram had a good
Chianti.
one.
Yeah.
So we've given you a little bit of time. What exactly again was your favorite cadence, Amy?
Air Force is the best. We all passed our ASVAB test.
Oh
Navy,
my
Navy,
goodness.
don't be blue. Army women are ugly too.
Okay, well, so we're not gonna get karaoke, but here is at least a little
Yes.
preview of the scene of your cadence.
Air Force is the best. We all passed our ASVAB test. Navy, Navy, don't be blue. Army women are ugly too. And I mean no harm. That's just the Air Force cadence. That was my favorite.
I'm sorry, but whenever I hear that cadence, I'm just picturing some people with their pocket protectors, and they're like,
And with our microphones.
Literally, I
your
just love how
microphone.
just that microphone just pops up as at the most opportune time.
man.
I can't. I would try to put like a sound effect to it, but I literally can't. Like
I
like
was thinking
it's,
about
I can't catch
trying.
up. Trying for what?
I was thinking about trying to turn it on, but I don't know what that would do.
Your kids are home. Don't do that.
Welcome to use Bluetooth microphone.
Oh
I was gonna say
Lord,
the kids probably took the batteries out.
sweet sweet Lord. Why did you do this to us,
Bluetooth
D Wade?
connected.
Bluetooth is not connected. Don't do this.
Hello.
Oh no, it's not working because it's not connected to the right speaker.
Testing. Oh,
Oh Lord.
can you guys
Oh
hear
no.
that? Okay.
It's on. That's the sad part. We're getting
Yes.
slower. We're getting closer to the karaoke. The microphone is
Air
on.
Force is the best. We all passed our ASVAB test. Navy, Navy, don't be blue. Army women are ugly too. Now I don't really mean that, but it's just my favorite cadence.
This is happening.
But
Oh, here we go.
Yep. So here is one of the funniest stories I have heard. Let's bring it up here. This happened in Marine Corps boot camp. Marine Corps boot camp. We were in a gas chamber, and I had a 6'3" recruit next to me run out and start screaming and yelling, "I can't see." My drill instructor yells out, "Open your eyes, moron." Oh no. You cannot make this up at all. That
that's a
that
good
gas chamber really was a source of some pretty funny times. No matter.
here all walkers and profiles, please fall out. And the sad part is there was instances where
all walkers and profilers, please fall out.
Jay,
sounds pretty
that
good,
doesn't
though.
apply. It does, but that doesn't apply to you, Jay. I didn't see no profile, so back in formation. like, oh no, Sergeant P, I got it right here. Here's my profile. I'll tell you, but that to me is
So-
epic.
Was your nickname P back then? Now it's DP, but was
Well,
it P?
no,
Is that
it was
what
just
they called
it was just Sergeant P.
you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've literally just
'Cause
been letters.
I think I heard Jay referred to you as P, so I was just wondering. If
Well, me
that
and Jay
was-
came up together, so obviously he's not calling me no sergeant or anything. He just calls me P. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So, for us it's different, but yeah, P. Well, it's the military, right? Nobody calls me your first name, right? It's Lofton. You know what I mean? Private Lofton, Specialist Lofton. Like, hey, Lofton, what's going on, Loft? So, same thing, right? For us, it's the same thing. So, with him, it would be the Melendez, and I was P. And so, and then over time, we just drop everything else. And in civilian world, I don't know why it's always been initials. Then it became D, for, folks that just knew me. And I don't know how it happened, but then it became DP, and that's where we're at now. So, rolling with it. Taking the civilian, taking the service, and put it all together.
Yes.
Plus, people always
I
mess up
think,
my
I
last
think
name.
I
Right?
heard Anthony call you P too.
Yeah, because they're from service. So that's the whole thing because we're out of service now.
Okay.
But it was Sergeant. Oh, bye, Sergeant P. So just P now. Hiram said it's B-Loft. Accept it
that's
and
true,
take
yeah.
it.
Yep.
This is also true. So, what is, for those watching there, what is one of the funniest thing that happened to you in service? A funny joke there, and favorite cadence. and as always, the favorite comment of the evening will get a prize. So there's always something to give away. So there's always a comment that takes the cake. So we are refining that once our swag store is up and things kind of get into place. For sure, that's going to be cool. But
Oh yeah.
Jay cannot play.
Jay cannot play. So favorite funny story from service that rings a bell. Actually, here's another one. I don't even know why I'm going to ask this. Brian, I'll start with Amy. Favorite
Uh-oh.
MRE. Meals
Oh
ready
God.
to eat. It's the food that's in the bag that you take with you. When you
See, the problem is that theirs were bundled in linen,
I
and
was
they had
gonna
these
say
little.
we actually never had to eat the MREs.
we're getting Amy's gone right now. We're just
That's, they didn't have lobster and MRE, so
We didn't have to eat
they
the
can't serve
MREs.
those.
I mean, we packed them in our bag just in case, but
mm-hmm.
even on our timeout, well,
Timeout.
no,
Oh
we have
Lord.
to, yeah.
Is
We
that
didn't
is
have,
that
we
what
did
is
Warrior Week. Call it Warrior Week. So Warrior Week was the week that we slept in the tents, and we did have to pack MREs, but fortunately we had a. Fortunately, we were able to eat at the cafeteria, and so yeah, we didn't have to eat MREs. So if I'm being totally honest, I've never eaten an MRE
I
ever.
just
I
have
bet
to
their tents had wooden floors and cable too. I bet.
Brian, go back though. The fact that it's called Warrior Week. So it's almost like reverse. It's like almost like opposites day. So if you're in the army, you get Air Force Week almost, right? Like when did you actually like that's called R&R. Like when you deploy and you're in combat, you maybe get some R&R for like 2 weeks. You go home or you go somewhere nice. That's all you get. The other rest of the year, it just sucks. So you had a great year, but that 1 week, Warrior Week.
Yeah, it
Warrior
was
Week,
we had
man.
Warrior Week. We had a dump. It was scary. I remember the scorpions. You had to do the thing with your boots, and yeah, the scariest part.
You had to put on your boots. You say?
Yeah, we had to shake out our boots to make sure there was no scorpions in there. Although I don't know if there really was scorpions there, or they just told us that to scare us. And so I zipped myself all the way up in my little mummy bag because I was afraid
Mm-hmm.
of it. But I will tell you,
Mm-hmm.
there's two things that I am terrified of: clowns and snakes. And when we were doing the Warrior Week, that was a true test for me. When I was about to go in the water where we have our bag and we have to walk through the water, the TIs like sectioned it off and they told us that there was a water snake and I was stuck right in the middle. I made it, but yeah, that was a true test of my warrior skills.
That makes me think of this one soldier
I
doing.
didn't go back. Everything in me
That,
said to turn around and run, but I continued.
And of
that
course,
makes me think of
this is all tongue in cheek. So obviously, this is there's some creative liberties given. There's a lot of Air Force people watching. It's all love. But Amy definitely is painting a picture I think was exclusive to her. I don't know if this is Air Force. I think this is Amy's version of how, in the Army we call like the E4 Mafia. You kind of finagle your way out of certain things. I think this is a skill set that Amy was deploying. I don't know about this.
Well,
Oh
I will
man.
tell you this much. I will tell you this. So when we got there, when we got on the bus and we got off, they tell you don't lie to us. If
Mm-hmm.
we call your parents and we find out. So, I was scared. I'm not going to lie. And they told me I had to cut my hair, and I cut my hair like up to here. And my hair is naturally curly, and so it was a huge puff ball, and it caused me more
They
problems.
they asked you to cut your hair.
Yeah, they did.
Is that what you said?
If you'd be so kind, please.
Would you
you
mind
like
cutting
getting
your
a
hair
trim?
now?
My recruiter told me that. And then I went there and people had long hair. I was like, wow, that sucks. But when we got off the thing, they asked us who was in band. And I didn't want to raise my hand because even though I'm musically talented,
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't played the instrument. Yes, I did. That's about what I was gonna say. I went to band camp. Yes, so that's what happened. So they said if you've played any musical instruments, raise your hand, and I didn't raise my hand. And then they said if we call home and we find out that you were in band or you did play a musical instrument, and they threaten you, whatever. So I kind of raised my hand.
Wait,
So
so
I
they
got
threatened you to say, "Hey, tell us if you play an instrument."
yes.
What,
This is true. This is
Brian?
true. So
We
I
completely were
played,
bamboozled.
and
This is inhumane.
then I went to the band flight. So in the band, I was in the flight that when the graduation we march out playing the instruments. I was in that flight, and so I got put in the band flight. So I think the band flight had it easier than the other flights. So we didn't have to do as much drill because we had to practice for the ceremony. So every day we practiced for like 3 hours instead of being on the pavement and marching. So that's probably why I don't have the ankle, feet, and knee issue.
Yeah, this is our reality all the
Wow.
time on our side of the house.
That's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
I did. I think I had it a little bit easier than most. One, because I was Air Force,
mhm.
and two, because I was in the band flight. So there's that.
So Hiram did call it. I see Jose's comment here. I will get to that in 1 second. Hiram did answer and said that chicken a la king was the MRE of his choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What about you, Brian? What was your MRE of choice?
Well, the first MRE that really actually traumatized me was a dehydrated beef patty. I had never had a dehydrated beef
Ooh,
patty.
that does
Didn't
not sound
realize. Yeah, I think these are the MRAs they try to get rid of while you're in training, right? So when we're out, at Fort Benning, you're out in your week long FTX. They give you these MREs to eat, and I got the dehydrated. I didn't realize that you're supposed to soak this thing in water. So
Mm-mm.
I'm eating the dehydrated beef patty dry.
Oh no!
Oh man, that was like eating cardboard, literally. But no, I think my favorite was like a barbecue chicken,
Mm. I like the chili
chicken and
mac.
rice or
I
something.
like the chili mac. You really can't go wrong with that. It's easy. It makes sense. Jay, he's strategic with his comments. He's asking if I can remember. Again, this is what sucks when you have someone with you who literally has known you for 20 years and seen just about all the ups and downs. I think we got kicked out or told not to come back to McGuire for eating in their chow hall. Did that really happen? The first time I ever saw Air Force Chow Hall, the first thing was I was trying to go ahead and get rid of my stuff. Like, no, leave the plate on the table. They'll come and pick it up. I said, well, first of all, what are you talking about? That's the first thing. So immediately they're like, okay, you guys are some brutes here. Um, but yeah, once we discovered we were stationed at Dix for a while, doing some mobilization, demobilization processing. So one of the assignments that we had was in Dix, New Jersey, and right next to it, you had McGuire Air Force Base before they went ahead and merged. And little did we know the amazing things that were at the Air Force Chow Hall. Like literally, it was
Yep.
a whole different thing. And we may or may not have been told not to come back because it's like, okay, wait a second, you guys are just on the overdose side of the house. So I can confirm that that is definitely something that definitely may have happened. But more so to the staying up late when Jay and I went to Iraq. One of the things that we always used to do because we couldn't sleep would be midnight rations. If we were at the fob and they had midnight rats, guess what? We were going to the chow hall because they had midnight rations. So that was a thing they had at the fobs that we were at. Because you have like lunch, whatever. They had like the chow hall, but if you had like night duty, whatever, right? You're sleeping during the daytime. So midnight midnight rats. So those are actually some of the best ones because you get busy working doing
Nice.
stuff, and Jay and myself definitely went to midnight rats.
I
Uh,
think the only
So
time
you
I went
guys,
into an Air
oh,
Force
we
mess
got another one
hall.
coming in here. I'll take it,
Oh,
Brian.
Buffalo. I think the only time I remember going into an Air Force mess hall, they had linen on the table. I was like,
yeah.
what? what is this? What is this?
Eating
You
in
know,
comfort.
at Fort Benning, they like to have these pictures of healthy, well balanced meals on the walls.
Yeah, like a picture
These
of how
little
to eat and
frames.
do stuff.
Yeah, well, I remember looking up at one of those whenever I was at Fort Benning in basic training, and appropriately so, it had cockroaches pressed in between the glass and the picture.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Oh,
appropriate.
wow.
That said it all.
Wow.
Mm, mm,
Wow.
mm. Taz is D Wade's husband, who's currently active serving. He says buffalo chicken was a good one. So some feedback there. So I think we missed one comment because literally I was like, I don't know what the question was. Then he started yelling at me, and so there's the first part of the story is missing because I just picked it up from himself. Then he started yelling at me and saying I cut him. Go figure. When he turned, I grabbed the knife. I think this is one of those funny stories of things that
Oh,
happen in service, but without the context, I don't know what's happening. So I don't know if Chris right now is having a knife fight or something happened. So I had to go back to the comments just to make sure I get the full context of the
Yeah, Chris,
story.
you might have to restart that comment there, Chris,
Yeah, because I'm about to
so we
go
can.
ahead and jump
I
in and
wonder if he
support.
knows Linda.
He might know Linda. Linda,
Oh man,
just another jarhead up all the time at 4:30, dark 30. But Melendez Jay did come back and say, nope, not all of us. I am not up at 4:30. I'm all about that sleep if I can get some. So there is little feedback there on the dark 30 being up early piece. Chris says, beef stew heated off the back of a M1A1. Chris, you're going to have to help us here because we can't do this alone. Amy literally just saw mathematics and said, is this an algebraic equation? What exactly is this M1A1?
Yeah,
X,
you picked that
X
up. I was
plus
like,
Y
what's
equals.
happening here? What's happening?
I'm sorry, like what exactly are we talking about here? What come on, say D say what? So
Just know it's something that's got some tracks and it's got a big gun on it. It's one of those vehicles. It's a tank.
Oh.
M1 Abrams tank.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, there you
I'm
go.
gonna have to do that.
Amy has one too. It's right here. Look, this is the one that you just take home and play with the kids on.
Hey, that's the A-Team van. That's awesome.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try out. You know what? That's gonna be one of our meals when you guys are here to do MREs. So tell me what kind of MRE you want.
Oh no! So the question is, what MRE should be acquired for Amy to try live on the next show? Is that what you're saying?
Oh man.
Okay,
Oh
I'm
man.
down for that. Yeah.
Oh.
See, I don't know what kind of fancy stuff they got now, but if I can find that dehydrated beef patty, I'd
right,
give
so-
that one to you.
Is that a thing?
What's that?
Do they have candy in them?
They
Do they
do.
have-
You barter those things actually. The new ones
okay.
for sure. So Brian, we need to add that to the to-do list. We need literally a graphic to be put up immediate. Every day we have to put up the graphic of what is the MRE that Amy will be partaking in, and texting us that answer. So I don't even have to put up a thing. I think that's literally self-explanatory that we need that for the peoples. The peoples need
Yes.
that. So the same way that you were commenting for the clubhouse invite, what MRE will go for Amy to try? Because she has
Hashtag MRE.
hashtag
Hashtag
MRE. Now I have to literally go in there and create that as a rule so I can go ahead and catch that. So that is going to be the MR. I'm gonna call this Amy's MRE.
Lisa said they don't have MREs in Colorado.
We're gonna have to travel with one because
Oh, really?
we might have to. I'm pretty sure they have something over there.
Well, it
Hashtag
is
MRE.
Air Force, right? So
Well,
Oh,
that
this-
is true.
That is-
Yeah.
That should be interesting to capture some of that information. Let's see. D Wade, as I'm looking over some of the messages that came in, I'm literally going to take a snapshot because I have to bring this to the screen. So you all see that we are definitely getting feedback. This is a message that just came in. I'm literally taking a screenshot, and I'm going to bring it on the screen, because I think it is timely and needed. This just came in. There was a vote for Amy and for a PS5. Someone literally sent a message and said, I want that PS5. I am unknown person. Danielle said thumbs up. We
Yes.
still see your name, Jay. I
Who,
want
who could
PS5.
that unknown person be?
That
If
is
only we would know.
that is
Oh,
literally
wow,
the
okay.
message that came in. Unknown said, please put me in. I see you, Chris. I see you, Jeff. Travis, I see you, brother. D Wade's up in here. George, I see you. So yeah, that is amazing and interesting to say the least. Again, just for the viewing pleasure of those, I want that PS5. Sender unknown. Courtesy of Jay.
That's priceless.
So that is
Jay needs to do a
literally.
Friday Night Live. We should bring Jay there.
That's the last thing you need. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
need the two of us. Literally. Oh,
Oh.
God. It's just gonna be.
It
It'll be a Friday Night Live after hours from the beginning. There is no serious business. It just goes downhill from the beginning. D Wade's chicken Alfredo or beef ravioli
I could
is
do
what
either one of those.
you can actually. So there's that. Doing a little quick check. Somebody's up here.
Oh, legend.
Yeah,
buddy.
Hey.
yeah. He's up. He's like, oh, what's going on here? We got some movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like-
So he's like, okay, you guys good? Everybody good here? They don't serve MREs in Colorado. It's against the law of the state.
I'm telling you, it's an Air Force state, right? So that's
Hams.
they don't want anything to do with that.
Slice.
It's against the law to bring those across the border. Chris said we
love
all
this stuff.
want it.
Yes.
Laura said, wait a minute, they don't have a lobster one? You know what? It's 2021. I'm sure there's some daggone MRE out there.
But see, but again, the MREs in the Air Force are little pouches of linen, linen pouches with lobster and steak and
Probably. Yeah. Yep. I never actually thought about it until just now that I've actually never had an MRE. I think when I was hunting with my dad growing up, I think that he brought MREs one day. That's why I asked if there was candy in them, because I'm pretty sure I ate the M&Ms out of it, but that was it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to have a camera on Amy when she opens her first MRE.
There it is. So I had to update it because it's a thing now. So we're here. Amy MRE taste test. Text MRE and the flavor to 202-217-1228. I'm sorry. At some point, I'm thinking that the entire algorithm of our text community, it's literally either what will Amy sing, what MRE is she trying. Like, this has been completely sabotaged by Amy. This is, oh Lord, what is happening? I want to see Amy's reaction when she tastes an MRE. The question is, did you text the flavor that she should try and add? So this should be interesting. Jay has a good point. It needs to be an army issued one. We can't have none of this fancy crap with lobster stuff. So
Wow.
Hiram
Well,
said
one person is
they
here.
put a little Hershey Kiss in the MR. And oh no!
That's funny.
You get that. That is epic. Goodness gracious.
Hiram.
So I think we definitely have a lot of things to do. So goodness gracious, I'm sounding like an infomercial at this point. Like, oh goodness, texting the same number for all these different things. So we
Yes.
talked about the book giveaway. That is happening. Hashtag book to 202-217-1228. We also do have Amy's taste testing of the MREs. Hashtag MRE to 202-217-1228. The books that we're giving away, that is the same number. Hashtag, this is for the clubhouse, so CH to 202-217-1228. And last but not least, the one that most things came from being PS5 giveaway. Hashtag PS5 to 202-217-1228. So literally, all the messages coming in are of a variety of things, but there's definitely a lot of MREs, thumbs up, singing. People are waiting. D Wade feels neglected because we
Yes.
haven't sang anything. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm waiting for D Wade to come on here and sing with me.
D Wade said, "Not no, but no." You're a great sport, Amy. A lot of respect. Lisa said, "But wait, there's more." So thank you. So here we go. David, you were retired Air Force as well. So here comes some support. I ate MREs too many times to count. Brian, if they had lobster, I think I'd pass. Like those nasty ham ones. So there you go for that one. So yeah, David.
Good call, David.
Retired Air Force, so he had some MREs as well. But we have established that there's the band component to what Amy went to. So there's
clearly David was not in the band camp. So.
No, not at all, David. I don't think you were in band camp. D Wade, Amy sing together duet.
Yes.
We have request. D Wade, her connection has broken up. Oh nope, she's back now. She said Laura has the voice. Amy, she can sing with you. So I see there's a trio coming out here. So I see there's a Laura, D Wade, and Amy thing.
Yeah.
So I see what's happening here. We just have to replace all of our stuff and put y'all in. Like, come on, that's easy. So look,
there you go.
It is very easy. Matter of fact, we're gonna set up the scenes to get y'all ready. So we literally have Laura right here ready to go. We're gonna have D Wade on this side of the house. So literally everyone is rocking and rolling. See that? I got the scenes ready. You guys are ready to rock and roll.
Go.
There are no excuses for that one. So I'll have
go.
those for the next one. Let's see here. Let's see. Amy. I don't think you're gonna be able to sing it after. Depending on how this goes down, it might be a short show. Like, you know what? Literally, subject, send help. You know what I mean? Like, oh no.
I have somebody. I'm gonna have to have somebody.
You were talking about schedules earlier, DP. I think she'll be off her schedule if she has an MRE.
Yep, Amy and the Lacettes. The Masked Singer veteran style. Sweet Lord Jesus. Someone literally, need a medic.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-mm.
That's a good one. I like that. The Masked Singer veteran style. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna. There you go. David agrees and concurs. So we got the MREs, we got Hiram story. There's a few. Chris I think was going to be a great story to share, but literally, I think we missed the first part and just walked into a knife piece. So.
Knife fight. Was that on YouTube?
Yes. So we need to get that story back again, but we have.
Well, see, and I got to talk to Chris, so I'll try to get that full story from him if he doesn't put it out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think at this point we always have to just lead off with Hiram story. That by far still, oh Lord, that was just hilarious. Capri too, we miss Capri. So it's funny, like you almost feel like a relationship with the folks.
I'm gonna have to reach out to her and see.
Yeah, she's like, she's like, oh no, I'm not trying to be pulling there with you guys right now. But yeah, so some good stuff coming as we start to wrap it down. The goal of all this stuff, because we're doing it more regular right now. This is kind of, just a little bit more loose and just kind of relaxing, talking about what we have done, what's coming. So we've talked a little bit about what we've recorded. We talked a little bit about what's coming tomorrow. Again, Anthony Morales, we're having his episode, which again, it's going to be amazing. So that's been posted. You'll see that as well on our social media. So good things are coming, and that's what this is turning into right now. It's us having the ability to have a conversation. There is Anthony Morales again from Leader, loyalty, duty, respect. Each one can reach one on the platform and the positivity, and he's able to talk about that. And we talk about one of our fellow brothers in arms who became a statistic, and we talk a little bit about that piece. So the conversations that need to happen. That said, moving forward. as we kind of get in the groove of having these sessions, we'll also have special guests that we'll bring onto these. So right now you're just seeing we're just kind of going live, right? It's kind of getting back in the rhythm of doing this. But some of the folks that we'll highlight, you may see them here, right? We may have Anthony jump in here with us, and the reason we have it set up this way is literally for the layout is we'll have Friday Night Live, right? We're gonna come in, we'll have somebody, and we'll have them a special guest, from 9 to 9:30 or 10, right? Because they're not gonna be able to stick around for too long, but we'll get right to the matter at heart of what we're there for. But we know that once the main guest leaves and we're just left to our own devices, obviously we're switching to the after hour side. So that's where the switch comes in. We have the tech switch and we'll have the Amy karaoke switch, which again,
Yes.
for the record, D Wade and Laura, we are
Yep.
ready. The names are there. I am switching to y'all.
Yes.
So
Make
we
sure you have your
literally
mics
have
ready and your
All
cameras
ready.
ready.
Get your mics ready,
get
please.
your
Get your
mics
mics ready.
ready. But and again, special shout out to Mark. Let's look at that transition for the karaoke piece, which is awesome. That is dope. So
That is so sweet of Mark. He wants to hear me sing.
yeah,
That is really
he
sweet.
said he made the overlay for you, whatnot.
Yeah,
Let's run
that's
again
really
the after hours overlay, which is again all pretty dope. After hours with the zoo crew. So that's where we're at.
yes.
Um, and of
Some
course,
talented fellas there. Smart.
yeah, we're still leaving up the medic piece because we need a medic. Laura said that's when the crazy starts. Yes, all control has been lost.
Yes.
But again, just this is literally all these things are just coming up from the things that folks are requesting. So folks want to see Amy sing. So guess what? Now we have a karaoke part, and we'll bring somebody on. But the cool thing too is we're going to have instances of technology. So again, Ron is going to make it right now because of other commitments. But we'll have again even the tech piece, which is cool. Go ahead and show that off. There you go. So cleaning up all the work that needs to be done and the tech updates. And really, this is going to be a focus just for us to show a little bit of what is the latest and greatest. So technology wise, right? What are some things that are out there? How do you use this stuff? So really, again, informing and educating. So as we start to kind of get a feel for things and what folks are wanting, we want to do that. We want to have a conversation about different segments. So really just kind of having a variety of different things for folks so we can spend some time, learn something, answer some questions, and just, create something for us. So I think the community enjoys that. And again, even if you're watching a replay, whenever you get a chance to spend some time with folks and have a little laugh at our expense, that's quite fine because that's what you need in the world sometimes. So,
Yes.
awesome. So, as we begin to wrap up, we've established that Amy is not going to be singing today, but she did give us a Hayden's rundown, so that's that.
Yep.
And she proved that her mic will turn on. So
The mic will turn on, so there's that part. We shared again how to get in contact with what we're doing. I think it's going to be pretty cool to be able to support our veterans and help and do things. So, feel free to jump in and support. 'Cause I think again, there are people that are hurting, right? And the reason we're kind of more light about these things is because there's folks going through things, and if we can just provide some support, help out, and do something, again, even if for someone it's a PlayStation, you know what, we have the ability to help someone in need. These shirts going to veterans that are homeless, we have the ability to do things. Let's go ahead and support and do those things. So, and what are your closing thoughts for the week, Amy, for folks that are out there?
Sing. I'm always gonna say sing. It makes me feel better. So do what makes you feel good. Try to lighten the mood a little bit. Don't take things so seriously. And yeah, just enjoy life and the time that you have, and take moments like this to just kind of relax and sit with some people, talk, and remember that the heaviest thing to pick up is a check on your friends. I love that, and yeah, so it's fun hanging out with you guys. I really enjoy it, and I look forward to another week. And next week will be amazing. Friday Night Live should be very interesting. But yeah, thank you all for joining and tuning in. it's always good to hang out with you guys.
Literally a Friday night literal live. So that's gonna be
Yes.
interessante.
Definitely.
What's up, Brian? What are some of your closing thoughts as we begin to wrap it up?
Well, as we focus a lot on mental health, one of the things that really helps me after I get done with the gaming, which really kind of raises my blood pressure, but it gives me a good distraction. I sit down and I try to actually read the Bible and just try to focus on something that God's higher than myself. God's higher than us. So we can't handle everything by ourselves. So lean on friends and family. Lean on the Creator. We've got support out there.
Amy took my point, so I'll just bring up here some of the posts that we have from the meeting I have with Anthony. That would be my salient point. Make a genuine connection. Ask someone how they're doing. Look them in the eye. Stay there. Wait for a real response. It's as simple as it sounds. You'd be surprised. Standard time, Chris. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, we'll have these scheduled out, so you'll see reminders to be reminded. So we can schedule them out a week in advance. So now that we have everything, you'll see them a week in advance, kind of scheduled. If you click on the remind me button, it'll kind of tell you, hey, we're going live now. So again, as we start to educate and tell people how we're doing it, now we kind of start putting it all together. But again, for those out there, making a connection, really asking someone how they're doing, look them in the eye. You'd be surprised. People just ask you how you're doing and just kind of walk by. They don't stop. They don't really care to ask the question. And I think just being real, just staying there for a second goes a long way. So, check on each other. I think it's huge and a big part.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I think it's cool. So, so as we wrap up, that's my point for the day. That we'll bring back, Brian's self there as we close out, and we gotta, of course, get Brian's theme song so we can go ahead and rock and roll. So make sure we get that here going. Let's see. What?
It's Southern California.
Pop up some of the comments that we have had.
Where the people came to play.
Appreciate you guys for jumping here with us as usual.
Come and see what you've been missing on a little slice of heaven. It's the only place we're living. We're living. It's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime fun for you and I. Carefree attitude.
That's cool.